Black China and Amy. Those are my ninja kitties. Whoever's got the loud shit, those gotta not have it loud. Let's see.
What? Hold on.
It's either beautiful Amy or gorgeous Robert.
What up, Robert?
What up, son? I think we're live. Oh shit, we're live. We have to go. Fuck, damn it.
Is that what you were trying to do?
Yes, but I forgot. Okay, there it is. Now I can see the chat. There we are. Gorgeousness. Let's go ahead and do this. You ready? What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from Vaping with Thesis. That's right. God bless it. Now look. All right, mother bitches. We have got today special guests day especial, and that's gonna be my boy Andrew. And is Ray. Damn it, you just crashed the fucking party. We got my boy Andrew from Lioness Elixirs. We got Ray. We got Black China. We got Amy. Thus far, we got Joshua, who's building a very special RTA that we will be giving away thanks to Joshua. Thank you so much, Josh. Real quick, huge shout out to Knocks Out. That's my boy, Full Savage, E-Rock Vapes, Kimmy Vapes. Kimmy, you are more than welcome. We got my brother Zados right there, Lisa. Kimmy, I'm going to go ahead and send her the invite link as well.
What is Josh back?
It's so loud. Robert, Black China, hold on. You have to get to a bathroom.
Bobby.
Okay. What was your question, bro?
What is Josh back there stealing?
He is stealing some shit. You know that. But I both know that. I can't tell you exactly what it is that he's building right now. Oh, bro, it is so loud. It is obnoxious.
It's like peeking out.
I have to find Kimmy's fucking. Kimmy, what is your email? I think it's kimmyvapes@gmail.com.
Thesis.
What?
So tired. Thesis. You've been moving all day. It's about to loco. Thesis. Bob. Hi, Bob. That's not Bob. That's Andrew.
Ray. I love Ray. Hold on. Let me unmute them. Unmute yourself quick. I wish I could turn you guys down. Okay, where are you guys?
Who?
Both of you guys. Y'all need to build a studio quick.
We're at my house. We're at my house.
Are you at Roberts? All right, so everybody, let's go. We gotta get on topic tonight. Tonight, I promise we're to go on topic. Will Boyles, my Ninja Alaska in the house. William D. Rollinger, that's my boy. Thug Life, that is my motherfucker right there, killing the motherfucking game live, son. E-Rock Vapes, why are you not here? Kimmy the Bomb Diggity, she is pretty bomb. She's pretty dumb. So I have a couple of things that I want to get on topic tonight, something that I don't normally do. However, tonight's going to be a little bit different. What's that, Rob?
Oh, nothing. It works sideways.
Oh, okay.
What up, guys? E-Rock, Will Boyle, everybody.
Everybody in the club, big tits. So we're going to
E-Rock.
These dudes are so loud. Jesus criminy. I love Ray. I love Rob with my whole heart.
How are we supposed to stay on topic with 20
people? It's good.
They're supposed to be listening. Y'all are supposed to be participants with good questions, not just loud echoes.
Oh, Cassandra, stop playing Fallout.
I think Cassandra's playing Fallout. Okay. Tonight we're going to stick to several different topics, and none of them I have prepared at all whatsoever. So, Andrew, we're going to talk about some flavor ship. E-Rock also wanted to bring this up. E-Rock, thank you for coming in, bro. No. You can stay. I love you, bro. Because I want you guys.
We're moving, so we're about to go back to the new time.
Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for showing up.
Be careful, guys. Be careful.
I feel like I gotta mute them even if they're not here. Those are my ninjas. Okay, so E-Rock brought up some good shit the other day, and if you guys didn't see on Vape Stew, we started talking about it as well. And I don't know where it stemmed from either. The whole question between whether or not flavors should be banned or online sales should be banned, which the fact that you even have to talk about it or choose between the two is pretty fucking stupid if you ask me to begin with.
So it's not a choice.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should not be a choice.
So it came from. Did you watch that interview Axios did with Scott Gottlieb and Greg Connolly?
No, not the whole thing. I literally started and ended up by going to the garage.
I mean, in all honesty, it's not a choice. He just explained that two options. One was that he could do a flavor ban if he wanted to. The second one was that he could do ban of online sales if he wanted to. It wasn't like an ultimatum. It was just those were two things that were on the table that Gottlieb said he could possibly do if he wanted to.
Was he posturing? He's just saying the words, if I want to fucking do this, I'm going to do this?
They have the authority to do both those things.
Yeah,
not unilaterally. He couldn't do both those things unilaterally right now, but he could propose those as ANPRM, it's called, Advance Notice of Policy Rulemaking. So he would have to put out an intent to propose those rules, and then it would go through due process. So he'd have to go through one public survey, then they'd have to gather information, and they'd have to go through a second public survey, and then they could actually make the rule. But that would take an extended amount of time. I mean, any rules like that would take years to do.
Yeah, the only way he would be able to actually go out and make it happen like right away, he would have to claim some bizarre twist of public safety and health. That's the only way he'd be able to get something done like right away.
But even that, it would be like it wouldn't be able to do, like he's talking about proposing some things in November, but it would merely be like, I'm thinking about doing these two things, so we're going to start gathering information on that. And the really annoying part was that I don't know if you heard this part, Thesis, but he was talking about like rough figures because they actually started their National Youth Tobacco Survey early this year. They did it in January, February, something like that. Yep. So they already started getting their preliminary information back. And apparently, by his preliminary information, he's guessing that within the past less than 12 months, because 2017 survey was later in the year. So let's say 8 months, in the last 8 to 9 months, he says that there was around what he thinks is an 80% spike in youth vaping rates.
I haven't seen any hard data that actually matches those numbers.
No, and he's not releasing that data until November. He said that. Yeah. He's just saying on the surface, it looks like it might be as high as 80%.
And to be honest with you, my personal opinion on the whole thing, they're primarily wanting to, and it kind of makes sense if you really sit back and think about it from a parent perspective.
You got to think about it.
You got to think about it. It does lead to possibilities, but I think they're primarily focusing on the pod systems, the AA that was just recently released. I think they're focusing on that because that's so easy to conceal.
Yep.
It's just, and the age check, as we discussed on the stew, the age check, not all the online places, man, are really doing what they're supposed to be doing.
No, almost none of them are compliant with the way the regs are written right now.
Realistically, I don't see this going away, period. First off, you know how the government works is about money, and there's too much money in taxes and this kind of stuff right here. I just think they're concerned about the pod systems and what's conceivable. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
In terms of being concealment?
Concealable, like for teens.
That's I understand. Yeah.
If a kid goes to school and he's carrying this, it's really freaking obvious.
Yeah.
If he's
I understand. I just wanted to make sure that I was on pitch. Real quick, I know this is super late to do this. Fuck it. We're already in the show. I want each of you guys to introduce yourselves real quick. Let's see. First, I'm gonna start from left to right. What I'm seeing. Amy, do you want to talk or no, hon? No? I don't even know if she can hear. So Amy is not. All right. Andrew, give all your information, bro. Where can people find you?
Hey, Andrew at vapor9usa.com. You can find me on Instagram at Linus_elixirs, and on Facebook at the name you see.
Dope as fuck. Amy, yourself, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm from Rhode Island. I've just been a part of the vaping industry for the last 3 years. I've worked for vape conventions. I've worked in 2 vape shops. So I'm just here for the show.
Awesome, Amy. Thank you. Let's see. Justino. I didn't even know Justino was here. All right, E-Rock Vapes, go ahead.
Yeah, E-Rock Vapes here. Been kind of involved in the background than anything for about a good 8 years. I'm not usually one to typically do the live shows, be in the forefront. I'm more the background. And I want to personally say this. Well, hi, Amy. I personally want to say this. Everybody talks, and since we're on the subject, everybody talks about, advocating and everything. The best thing you can do is get the word out to those who don't know. Mm-hmm. People that are watching this show already know. I would like to think they already know. They need to talk to their friends who smoke, or trust me, at least I know at work, if a friend of mine doesn't smoke, he knows somebody who does. And that's the people we need to be talking to. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on the long rant, but yes, I do have a YouTube channel. Haven't recorded in about 6 months due to family health, but should be back soon. Thank you.
What's your YouTube channel?
E-Rock Vapes.
E-Rock Vapes, dope as fuck. Justino, do you want to? Thank you, by the way, bro. Justino, do you want to throw yourself in there?
I don't even know if people can see me. Just saying hello. I just wanted to shout out all the work that you guys do. I think it's incredible. In particular, not just the information, but the experiences that you guys share and help to facilitate share within the vaping community, I think help to encourage not just people to get off of cigarettes, but also give people the confidence to be able to talk to people who they care about and loved ones in an informed fashion to help give them alternatives to smoking. And I think that in particular, the response that you guys have had to everything that is going on right now in terms of legislation, I think also bolsters and still gives confidence to that same community. And so I'm just a fan and a supporter, and I just appreciate the work that you guys do. So thank you.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate the fuck out of that. And I'm sorry to completely cut off track what we were talking about, but I just want to make sure I did that. And Josh behind me is the Silent Deer on Instagram. That's the Silent Deer project right there. Right now he's building something a little bit fancy for me. I'm excited as fuck because
right now he's silent.
Right now he is doing what he does best, and that's being quiet. And he's being a deer.
I can change that really easily.
You can change it real quick. Trust me. All right, mother truckers. So, and I, of course, I'm Thesis himself, Vaping with Thesis on YouTube. Of course, you guys know this. You're here. Huge shout out first and foremost to the Patreon page. Those guys are the reasons that I'm able to do what I'm doing right now, especially now that I'm on a schedule. It's super fucking cool. It's super scary. New videos out on Fridays and Sundays. Live streams on Thursdays and Saturdays, and I masturbate from Monday to Wednesday. Basically. So with that being said, kids, let's continue. So right now, let me see. I want to Vaping Politician. Him and I are about to collab on a track where it's going to be the FDA versus vaping. It's going to be fucking adorable. Y'all are going to like that shit. Fucking so real quick. I know I'm sorry I keep going back to this, Andrew. What the fuck is the process on your pistachio cheesecake?
What's the process?
What the fuck was the process of coming up with that flavor?
Months and months of trying.
Right. I understand that. So let's do it like this. Pretend I've never vaped. Pretend that I have no idea what the fuck e-liquid is. What is the process it takes for you to start from scratch, making a DIY liquid and turning it into a finished product?
Okay. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science. I mean, I did pharmacy for 11 years. It's nowhere near as difficult. It's pretty much being adventurous. So I knew that I wanted to do something with pistachio because there wasn't a lot of pistachios on the market. I also knew that I wanted to do something dessert because we don't have any sweeteners in this line of liquid. So it was going to be really hard to do a dessert, first of all, and number two, do a pistachio. So really what I started out with was some cheap. I kind of did them a little bit separately. So I started with some cheesecakes, and it's just to give you an idea. Courage itself has actually 10 different flavorings in it. So it's not just like cheesecake and pistachio. It's also, if you read the flavoring, the flavor profile, it actually has a raspberry drizzle in it too. So there's a whole another component. But pretty much what I did was I started with a cheesecake base, and then as I perfected the cheesecake base, I started introducing the pistachio and what went along with the pistachio. And then in the very end, I kind of decided on, like, I had one of our employees was like, maybe we should lighten this up a little bit. So I threw in a little natural raspberry drizzle, and it worked out. I mean, it's not for everybody, as we found out this week.
What happened?
Did you see Nick's? Grim did a little random juice tasting with Courage, and he thrashed it pretty hard.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's all right. Hey, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not
right, but I understand that, but to thrash it though?
Yeah, it was all right. It happens. I get it.
Could I just?
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. We can see you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta. So I am like, this is my first time on a Hangouts, and I feel like I just have to ask a question because maybe I'm being ignorant. Is this just like a Hangouts?
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Oh,
talking.
So what's up, everybody? How are you guys? I didn't even know what kind of call I got on. I really thought I was like, I just saw Hangouts link, and I was like, oh man, am I somewhere where I'm not supposed to be? All right.
Cool to be here.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Thesis, what up?
What's good, bro?
Very happy to see everybody. Happy to be a part of the community. Everything that I said before, I was just like, I'm on the spot. I don't want to mess anything up for these. I did not want to mess anything up for NASA. I was like, let me just try and put on my movie phone voice where we're just going. Not that I don't believe anything that I said, but hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Very happy to be here with y'all.
Bro, what's good, my Ninja Kitty? You are fucking hyped. I'm excited as shit. I'm excited.
Yeah, can I get some of whatever you got?
Yeah, whatever you just had, I want some.
Yeah.
Justino, just so you know, Thesis can do bad all by himself, man. So don't worry about messing things up for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could fuck up just fine. If you haven't seen the channel, just in general, I could fuck shit up real good. Give me 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. We'll be just fine. With all these topics and all these cute things, that'll stop real quick. Yeah. As soon as Josh gets back. What the fuck is taking you? You know I can build 2 tanks in my sleep.
Thesis. Huh? I do have a question, Thesis.
What's good, bro?
I just wanted to know, on your previous statement, do you do that 2 or 3 times a day?
It depends on the rawness. Let me tell you something. So I am. I don't like being called a bro, but I'm just I can't help it. I if you want to put a label on it, I'm just a bro. I'm a horny testosterone dude, man. I like loud engines, sex, and beer. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget about your squirt guns.
It's good God. I like squirt guns. I fucking love me some squirt guns. P.S. Can't talk about it. Can't talk about it. I love squirt guns, but let me tell you something. I just picked up a real cheap squirt gun today from an auction, and whoo!
Okay, no hashtag no used squirt guns.
Nope.
That's a market I'm not going to delve into. Used squirt guns, not going there.
I purchased. Hold on, real quick, Justino, bro. You got to bring the vocals down just a bit. Keep the keep the energy. I'm just. It's because you're wherever you are, it sounds great. You don't have to scream.
So that I'm very Puerto Rican, and so my volume. No, but if you tell me, I'll lower it completely. Thank you. Sorry about that, everybody. My bad.
Not be fucking sorry, and don't lose the energy. You just got to bring down the literal decibels. And so I grew up with this chick Monique, and she was from New York. She was about as stereotypical Puerto Rican. Her ass. Let me tell you something. There's not many things I remember from high school. Woo!
You remember her booty.
Good God. Boricua. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Justina knows the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah? Just nod your head for yes.
Story checks out.
Yeah. But she was one of the loudest people I've ever met in my life. Like when she whispered, it was like, can you not do that in my ear?
I want to say it's genetic because I like to blame it on that, but really what it is like everybody is talking over everybody, and so you don't even realize it, and the decibel level is just getting higher and higher.
It's like what happens
all the time. Like, please.
I dated a Puerto Rican girl for like 3 or 4 years, and hanging out with her whole family, it was like, number one, it was so loud, and number two, I was the gringo at the family party, so everybody tried to get me fucking hammered every time.
Get you hammered and then talk shit.
Yeah,
that's how, bro.
Absolutely.
You give my family Corona, and it's
Corona and Hennessy. That's it,
bro.
Hey, Thesis.
What up?
Hey, when we get back to the topic, I do have something serious to actually say.
Okay, fuck topics. Let's ask the serious question, and we'll move on back to masturbating.
Well, wait a minute. No, I'm not saying masturbating isn't more important, but anyway. Yeah. Look, see, you already got me. You got me flustered, man. You got me flustered. No, look, what we have to do with this whole battle about the whole FDA thing, you gotta. I hate to say it, but you have to think like a politician.
Yep.
Politicians didn't come out and say, "Oh, vaping, it's." I mean, they initially did, but once the proof came out, they shut up. But they're not screaming at the top of their lungs right now that, oh, vaping is 99% as the devil is cigarettes. What they're doing is the politician move. Oh, what about the kids?
Mm-hmm.
So if we combat back with not just, oh, the possible numbers of who might quit smoking and go to vaping, if we attack it more of it's like having a cure to cancer. Are you going to say no to a cure to cancer?
Right.
And to me, it's not getting off the cigarettes. It's extending your life, preventing yourself from hopefully getting active cancer, and preventing yourself from that kind of stuff. And I think our fight has to be more. I hate to say it, but we got to think like a dirty politician and attack the same way they've attacked us. Now back to masturbating.
There's something to be said about that, but at the same time, what we have that they don't have are facts. And whether they
have you seen this administration, Andrew?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, like, when you bring up the word facts.
I know.
Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. It's not actually about the facts because they're not arguing the facts.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't argue the facts about smoking and vaping. They just threw in this children. And make no mistake, we all know. Look, we can go out there and do some kind of poll and come up with the numbers that say we're right, just as easy as the government can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we got. What the hell you doing, Josh?
Hey.
The facts up until this survey that he claims he has that say this, the hard part is that for the last 3 years, teen vaping has been on a very steady decline, along with smoking, obviously, because nobody wants to smoke when they've,
teen vaping is very bad.
Yes, but the only ones that portray
got a fake ID though.
The only ones that portray teen vaping
I don't know anyone else
people that are against it.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the latest thing they did is they did a quick poll basically covering the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And, the last 6 months, no, the 80%. Here's how they come up with 80%. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, show it.
Well, 80%, let's also remember 80%, an 80% increase where there was, about 1.72% before. So an 80% increase is going from 2% to 1.2%, or to 3.2%.
You are 100% correct. I work for let's just say I work for the casino industry,
mm-hmm.
and it cracks me up all the time when people see signs that say our slots have 98% payback. That's literally telling to your face the most you can ever hope to get back for every dollar you spend.
98
cents. Yeah.
So when they say 80%, you're right. It's not 80% more teens. It's from 2. If it's from 2 to 4%, that's actually a 200% increase.
Hold on, real quick. The comment section. If you're viewing this shit, smash the like button, hit a comment, say some lewd ass shit. Don't fucking be afraid. Lisa, don't joke about that shit. Hit the fucking like button.
Yeah, where's finance?
But no, you're right, Andrew.
Finance. All right, Lisa. Good to have you on here. Later. Have fun with dinner.
Sorry, Iraq, what you're saying?
One of the things that I was thinking about regarding the FDA regulation, like, so I looked in a little bit into I'm a historian by trade. That's what I do for my job.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I looked into the history of like sort of FDA regulation, like FDA when they go on campaigns and when they seek to highly regulate specific substances, and not to be super cynical about it, but you tend to see spikes in regulation and campaigns when there are new compounds or products that are being commercially distributed and sold where they're not being taxed in a way that is lucrative enough, right, for the federal government to be able to collect sufficient revenue, or basically where there's just a lot of commerce being conducted and they don't have a large say in the regulation of those substances, and then number two, they're not collecting a lot of tax revenue. And one of the things that happened when vaping became a lot more popular, right, is the fact that the way that most like nicotine liquids were being taxed is at like an astronomically lower level than the way that cigarettes were being taxed, right? And that like as we have seen more and more like anti-smoking laws be passed, right? Especially when you now like, federal buildings you can't smoke in. Well, I mean, you know the deal, right? Smoking has become stigmatized. A lot more information has been shared regarding like all of the different health issues that you get as a result of smoking. Cigarette sales have plummeted, and so tax revenue has plummeted as well. And that they started to pay an eye, and they started to see not just the FDA, but every aspect of the federal government started to see that vaping increased, right? And that
also it was a double-edged sword because of the master settlement agreement too. It's not just taxes. I don't know. Do you know anything about the master settlement agreement? Yeah. So that's another part of it. Sorry, go on.
Just real quick, Justina, would you be interested in doing just a video with me?
Yeah,
you're a historian.
Yeah, I would love to.
So we may be on completely opposite end of the spectrum here, but I'm a fucking not a historian. But
I know that's hard to believe.
But I know some shit.
We're both lunatics though. So
right.
Like,
Well, you have to be a lunatic to be interested in something to the point where you like, I want to know everything about this from when it started. So historian has my fucking respect. But I'm hardcore into I'm a skeptical believer in terms of the paranormal, and I fucking love history. I fucking love history. I could blow history, not in a weird way. Well, a little bit, but not in a super weird way. A little bit.
With or without knee pads?
I'll tell you what. I wear something called work chaps.
Does he have to wear only one knee pad? Because then that would work.
If it's not full contact, it's not for Thesis. Like
that's right. I'm a full contact. I was like, I'm full contact motherfucker. Full contact motherfucker. You feel?
I'll just say this real quick. You probably find this funny, but to his point, if you look at the history of the government, think about when the Royal College of Physicians said cigarettes were bad for you. How long it took the United States to get there?
Decade.
And now,
Royal College of Physicians was the first one to say it.
This is the perfect proof of what our government is all about. It's all about the money, because here's something hilarious. Did you know the IRS still has a law on the books that says if you steal something, by law, you are required to report the retail value of what you steal on your taxes?
No
what
shit.
The fuck?
That just me.
So the government's like, look, if you get away with
stealing some shit,
just let us.
You got to claim it. But
I've also been curious because, like a lot of us, to be quite honest, like if anybody's on this call right now, they're not, I think, going to be the first people to be affected by FDA regulations to come in, and that like the most of the regulations that are going to be put in place are going to be put in place for the mass-produced, like commercially available in like your local smoke shop kind of jewel, cig-alike, blue, and kind of products, right? And what's really, so I have like a lot of Walgreens, Dwayne Reed's, a lot of these pharmacies around me. They used to carry all different types of these commercial cig-alikes, right? They're all getting rid of them, like in preparation. And I started to think about like what would be the reasons for it. It's the reasons for like, for one, pharmacies aren't going to be allowed to carry products that are like like products like sort of anything, any tobacco, nicotine-based products.
Well, the only ones that they're probably going to be able to have is like Nicorette gum.
Yeah,
Nicorette in the profits that they were making off of the fact that the taxes they were paying on things that people were buying as often as they buy cigarettes were ridiculously low. And so their profit margin was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were also paying a lot more for those products than they were probably comfortable with profit margin wise. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I just have to say one thing, and that's it. Stop, Shane. Okay.
I'm done. I'm done nerding out. I'm done. Done with that.
That's fine.
Here's some good news.
No, Thesis, I got a billet box for you, by the way.
Bro, don't joke with me.
I'm not. I told you I have it for you. I have to send it to you.
Bro,
what color is it?
Just black.
Black. I only do murdered out.
I've been every time he's done this.
I see that. That's awesome.
You ever see a dog when you move like steak? Every time Justin was talking with his mod, I was like, because I've never had a billet box. Everyone that's had one's like, bro, you need a billet box. I'm like,
I emailed you a while back. Remember?
A gold one.
Yeah. Oh. You gotta
join my buddy's Facebook group, the Vape Machinist. He makes caps and stuff, but he just started buttons and tips for Rev 4s.
Yeah, I wanted to show. I was thinking of you when I got this. I won a raffle, a waffle on Facebook. You guys heard of Lazy Vapor?
No,
I haven't. No.
Yes, the Lazy Vapors box mods. Yeah.
So you can't.
Oh yeah. I've seen those.
How beautiful this thing is! Like,
oh my god, dude!
In the light, it's all stab wood. This is a Bomber Pro MOSFET, but I got to show you guys the internals. This thing is all handmade. It's so insanely well engineered.
Nice. Are those actually stabilized wood, or are those
polymer
clear coated varnish?
No, so this one in particular, so I paid for a gloss like a mirror coat finish on it.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't even see how beautiful it is. Like I wish, because it's too dark in here, right? But this is all stab wood.
Look at that.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
It's like a burl.
Yeah, no, it's all, and it's a stab wood. It's a one solid block of stab wood that he got from Russia. And you can't even, it's insane. Anyway, and he makes these mods, and they're really beautiful. And I won one in a waffle. I took a little bit because he got he blew up about a month ago, but his work is impeccable, all handmade. And he's an artist, man. And I was like, this is something. I was like, oh, I should send it to him to do a review, but I was like, nah, I want to keep it. But I am gonna send you a billet box.
Bro, that means the fucking world to me. Can I just go ahead and say, I'm gonna take a picture of Justino. I'm gonna send it to my girl and be like, hey, I found somebody with my identical haircut. And you just shut the fuck up. There you go.
I teach with this haircut.
Identical haircut.
Thesis, don't feel bad, brother.
He teaches with it too.
I saw Poodle the other day had the same haircut, man.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, my wife tolerates it.
Hey,
the problem is that my finance is a hairstylist of a really high end salon, the one of the most high end salons in Minnesota, which I know doesn't mean shit in New York, but
she looks at his hair and is like,
well,
I could do so much better.
I went into the salon the other day, last week, and I told her, like, don't do anything other than what I want you to do, please. And she's like, I can't do that here. You know that I can't do that. And she did it. Oh shit, Shane, thank you so much. NinjaMilitia hashtag bam, son. And she did my haircut the way I wanted it. And after I left, all of her coworkers were like, Manny, what did you do to his hair? And she said, don't fucking question me. She said, go on his Snapchat and you will see that is exactly what he wants.
I get to do that.
Yes.
It's called fiance.
Yeah. So my haircut is identical to Justino's, exactly. Except for mine doesn't look so sideways like a beret.
I wasn't expecting to be on camera, so just
bro, in your picture, you look scary and gangster as you look straight up out of East Los Angeles Mexican cartel status in your profile.
It depends on that's my thing is like that. My attitude and my mannerisms change depending on environment I'm in. If I have to be like that, that's how I am. I prefer to be this all the time. to be quite honest. Like,
It's for la raza.
Well, thanks again, Shane.
This is for la raza. That's Kid Frost status.
Hey, but just so you know, you are right. Thesis and I talked about this, as a matter of fact, the other day. I don't think we got anything to worry about. They're not going to outlaw flavors.
Mm-hmm.
They can't outlaw flavoring. They can't outlaw VG and PG. The only thing they could somewhat regulate would be actually getting a hold of the nicotine itself as far as the base.
Yeah, raw nicotine is what they're going to try to regulate. And they're not going to. Here's my interpretation. Hardware's off limits. They're not going to do anything with hardware. It's only going to be pre-filled pods and liquid. That's all they're ever going to be able to successfully regulate without being sued.
Yeah, you fuck. Like, I can't see it.
Look, okay, so this is what Mandy said to that response. Real quick, hold on. Let me see. Let me unclick Justina real quick. Okay, so Mandy said, she said, basically, what the fuck?
Face.
Yo,
That's a face. That is a face slap if I've ever seen one.
Tell her it's la moda. La moda.
It says. I'll just say it right now. You might be Puerto Rican, but that's as Mexican as you can get. I'm just saying. Oh shit, Bobby Beardman, you motherfucker! Beardman is here. What's up, Shane?
I feel like I should show Bobby.
What's up, Shane? Oh, we should show Bobby a bunch of stuff, like your dick and everything.
Well, he's probably seen that.
Damn.
Hey, Bobby.
Can we just cross swords real quick?
Ching.
Cross swords.
Look at Bob.
Yours is longer, but mine's so much fatter. Watch.
It's not the size of the boat.
Let's touch it. Wait, let
Motion
me
of the
get my big one out.
It's hard to get to.
I don't know, man. Have you ever tried to rowboat to China?
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to boat to England in a rowboat, but
I'll tell you what.
Make it work. Okay.
Let me tell you guys a story. So, I can't talk about that. It's underage drinking. I'm trying to be super clean. Listen, so I was talking to Bogan, I was talking to Matt. They're both down to do a live stream. And Andrew has not been able to facilitate a live stream because his friends have fucking children. And you know what?
Wait.
I don't appreciate that.
1 second. Where's Christine?
That's the problem.
So that is why we have no viewers right now. Huge.
Oh my God.
Hey, we got 20. Okay.
If you haven't done so, for the love of God, hit the like button. Me and Josh have already expressed our love for y'all. We already got naked. The least you can do is hit that like button.
It was pre-camera.
I'm the only one that doesn't vape the whole time we're on because I actually have my mother who's allergic to PG in my house.
Oh, so when I first started, Amy, when I first started vaping, one of the biggest, so that you see that box right there that no one else can see, so it's bad for me to reference it on camera, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because I'm Thesis. So you see that box right there?
Yeah.
The 3 tiers, 3 drawers? That's from 2010. Those are number 7 e-cigs. I paid at the time. I don't want to talk about it.
Why would you point that shit out and then not expect me to roll over there and look?
So, well, it's not in there. I'm just saying that's the actual.
Why would you be a dick tease like that?
I've got some. I've taken pictures. So those cartridges were 70-30, as in 70 PG, 30 VG. Yep. This is back in 2010. Mind you, so as I was, and I still have some of the actual liquid. As I was vaping, this is way back. This is way back in the day.
Is that fucking liquid that we vaped that one day?
Yes. No.
God,
That's still right there,
like
though. That's 7-year-old e-liquid. So I vaped it. As I was vaping it, my throat was like, "Yo, I don't like you, and you shouldn't breathe." And Christy Moody.
Oh,
here. Christy, why don't you come live with us? How you spell Christy? Christy.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh shit.
He's reading the screen. He's like, how do I spell it?
So, one of my biggest pet peeves.
Wait, you mean when it says 24/7, it's not in a row?
Yes, bro. It's. Wait, what? I guess I don't get it.
I like how you laugh first, and then you're like, I don't understand.
I don't necessarily know what he's getting at.
You ever seen Waterboy?
Yeah, of course. When I was like 3 or something.
3.
Oh my God, you look like him. Holy shit. Do it again, E-Rock.
Yes.
I don't
Oh my God.
He fucking looks just like him, bro. He looks like how I sound. That's fucking crazy.
That was the
Damn
look
it,
from
no.
like Joe Dirt.
No, that was when he walks up and he comes up and does that weird shit.
I think that
good.
character's so dirt too.
Yeah, same character.
Is it?
Yeah, the guy that he walks up in the. It's the guy that's like sitting on the outside of the house, and he walks up and he's like, "Oh yeah, they move." And he's like, "What?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You like
to see
homos naked? Yeah, you like.
I mean, that's cool. He's like, "No, home away maggot."
I think that I want to get Justina on some steroids, and I'm gonna fucking bulk that motherfucker up. Did you see his profile picture?
What?
His is straight up like El Chapo looking picture.
Who's?
Just this dude right here, right where my mouse cursor is at.
No, I did not.
Like, that's my summer meme mug, is what I call that. I got a crazy story for you guys about China. So I went. My wife and I've been married 7 years now.
Justina, how old are you? If you don't want me asking, you look like you're 19.
37. 37.
You literally look 20 years younger than that. Which is awesome, but it makes me feel
that would make you underage.
My grandmother looked young. It was weird when my mom would walk around with us in the street when I was like a 15-year-old because she looked super young and people were hitting on her all the time. It was not fun. But we'll look young until we die. But so I was in China. This is crazy. So we save up for like 6 years to go on our honeymoon. And we figured it out. And because we didn't have a lot of money when we got married. And
I ain't got no money now. I'm just saying that's crazy. 6 years is a long time.
And we have a really good friend of ours that she got married to this guy's in the Marines. I'm sorry?
I was like, that's like 6 months times 12. That's a long time.
Yeah,
that would be.
So he's in the Marines. So he has a hookup that if you're active duty military, you can stay at any they have like these military hotels all around the world, and you stay, and the rates are like whatever an active duty serviceman, like a non-enlisted, could afford to stay for a couple of days, right? To do R&R. And so you're able to add guests. And so he hooked us up in Japan. So, and my wife found us, I think we paid round trip for tickets like $650 round trip, which is like
that's cheap.
A third of what they normally cost. She beasted it. She's amazing when it comes to that kind of thing. She's ridiculously resourceful. But so I'm on the plane and I didn't want to lose my vapes because like there's all these crazy laws in Japan and China about like bringing things in. So I take 2 of the Joytech Penguins with me and I'm like, oh, they fit 7 mils. I'll fill them up. I'll be able to take them. And on the plane ride, the 18-hour plane ride, the first one, it was on like the tray table, right? The paint, there's turbulence and it flies, right? And I swear this Canadian guy who was sitting next to me, he stole it. He was sitting across the aisle, right? Because I woke up and I was like, did anything fall over there? He's like, no, nothing fell, right? He looked like a guy who vaped. I know he stole it from me. So then I used my other one.
He's one of them people.
He's one of
you
them.
Look like you're a vapor.
You fucking vape.
You stole mine.
He had a beard and tattoos.
I have no vape.
Get a vicious
I have no vapes.
right here.
I'm gonna die. I have no vapes. And Japan is like, you can't sell. You're not allowed to sell nicotine liquid. So they'll sell you like just regular juice with no like PG mix flavoring, PGVG flavoring, but no nicotine. You got to get nicotine separate. And so I also need to get a mod, and mods are so expensive there. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I think it was called Eleaf put out this. It was like a sidecar mod where it was like the
oh fuck, that was a long time ago, bro.
Oh, the iStick.
No, not the iStick. It was like the LO, or like I even think I have it still around there somewhere. LOXL or something like that. It was a huge tank. It was a sidecar mod.
No, I know exactly the mod you're talking about.
Auto fire. Yeah, it was like a MOSFET with a MOSFET chip. And so I bought one of those for $100. I wanted to die. It was like, and I hate buying things unless they're like, I'll save up for something if it's really nice, but something like that you get for $40, $30. But I bought it. And I got the guy was like, yo, you seem really cool. Let me go to my house. And he got me e-juice, man. He saved my life. That's awesome. He went and got me some of his own personal e-juice, and I have it and I'm rocking it. And we're going in, right? And somehow when they were like checking my stuff through customs, my vape is gone. They don't let me on the plane with my vape. And so I don't have a vape. and I'm like, when we're returning back, right? So I used it while I was in Japan. We're returning back, and we stopped off in Shenzhen in Hong Kong. And it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm going insane. I need to vape. I don't want, like, I'm not smoking. It had already been like 5 years since I had a cigarette. Not doing it. So my wife and I go, and we get a bootleg taxi, because you can't take a regular taxi in Hong Kong. Like, the regular taxis only go to the parts that used to be owned by the UK, or that were regulated by them. So we had to get it where, I don't know if you guys know bungee cords, right?
I know what a bungee cord is.
The trunk was held on by bungee cords, right? And we get in this thing.
Classic Britain. Come on.
And we're in Hong Kong, and we're going through the hood in Hong Kong. And it's
no hood in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is like the most hood place. Like, it is insane.
You've obviously never been to Juarez, Mexico. Keep going.
Okay.
You ever see a decapitated head? I have. It was fucked up. I'll tell you the truth, though. I still have dreams about booty over that decapitated. I've never had a nightmare of a decapitated head, but I still dream about booty.
Yes. But that would be in your dream regardless of whether that happened.
Yeah. It could be like a head coming out of a booty. I'd be like, but there's still a booty. Keep going.
We get there. It's like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. We're there, right? And the vape shop is open. It's open. It's during the week. And there's like families hanging out, kids hanging out. Like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We go in the vape shop. It's full of people vaping. And it's 4 in the morning during the week. And we go in. I got juice. I got like, what is it? The Q box, the little smock Q box with a beast. Because I just wanted to get something cheap so I could vape it that wasn't just like a cig-alike. And I would be okay with like using it once I got back. That was actually pretty cheap, because Shenzhen, China is like, I think 15 minutes from Hong Kong. Like, so that's where all the stuff gets manufactured, they told me. So I pick it up and I'm vaping outside or whatever, right? And there's just like babies and families and kids everywhere. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And the guy's outside vaping. He's like, people work 24 hours a day here. Like your shift can be whenever. And if you have time to see your kids or to take them to eat, even if it's 4 in the morning, that's what you do.
If it's 4 in the morning, you got to go to a vape shop, bring them with.
Have you ever told us?
I guess.
I would just be like, Merca. Just come on over, Merca.
Anyway, that is my crazy story. So
that's crazy. It's crazy as fuck.
Take your own stuff with you. And if you go to Hong Kong, you can always get something in Hong Kong. They have everything.
What about
Mods,
like prostitutes?
herpes, whatever.
I was there with my wife. I did ask about a red light district or whatever. But well, if you really want to know about that, Japan is insane when it comes to sex work. So sex work is legal in Japan, right? You need a license. It's regulated by the government. People are tested. People who engage in sex work they even have unions. The only thing that's illegal regarding sex work in Japan is that there's no P to V. No P into V. You can put it anywhere else.
You can't pee into the vagina.
Penis to vagina. None of that. Everything else is legal.
I just like,
and like there are happy hours.
Man,
there are happy hours.
You got to be hard up to do that.
No, why? Why?
Not in
blowjobs,
Japan.
Bro.
I mean,
in Japan, it's considered like a part of the culture in the sense that their sex shops were I consider myself a very open-minded person.
I consider myself to be Japan. They're Japanese. So.
they had parts of their sex shops that were like, nah, women can't come into these parts of the sex shop, right? And I was like, oh, whatever, that's BS. My wife was with me. We were like in one, right? And I went into it. And some of the stuff that I saw in there was some of the craziest things I had ever seen in my life. And I had talked to friends of mine who lived in Japan, and they were like, yeah, they do it so that the more people are able to like express themselves or get the stuff, it prevents things from happening in real life. And what I mean, for example, are used, they had scents that you could buy that were sexual. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think it was a trigger warning. I think it was a trigger warning.
I have to say one thing.
It was insane.
Wait. What's up, guy? Okay, that's all I had to say.
I'm done. I'll just leave it there. It was crazy.
I'm listening. I want to know about these scents. I had to tell Mike, what's up, guy? That's it. Joshua Miller. Real quick, Josh, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, dude, that's.
I also keep in my head Josh is like 19 and a half. Joshua Apathy Miller, and he's not.
I think you just think everyone's like 19, 18.
Well, Justino looks like he's 17.
Because I shaved.
I'll give you that.
Thesis likes to think that way, so when he looks at a booty, you know.
Oh, that's fucked up. I say I prefer.
Every time I look at an ass, 18.
Yeah, when I saw Josh all camouflaged in that bed, I was like, that motherfucker's 21. I'll beat it up.
Even that fucking camo picture,
bro. It's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious. Look at my face. It's hilarious. You
have to forgive me, but Andrew, what's the name of your line?
Lioness Elixirs.
Lioness Elixirs. Yeah,
I came in late to the video, so I like missed the first however many minutes.
I don't even think I said it.
Justino, isn't it super expensive in New York? Why don't you just move to Minnesota or something like a better place?
As soon as I get a job, like a tenure track job somewhere else, we're out. My twin brother, I have a twin brother. He lives in Chicago now. I can't wait.
Are you a professor?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I know the haircut.
Oh no, the haircut gave it away, and the glasses. Now I get it.
Dude,
really?
We've never had this panel, brought to that kind of level, man.
We have a fucking God.
Does everybody else just feel smarter?
Yeah, I'm. You know what? From now on, I'm gonna address you as Sir Justino. Fucking. That's how I address my professors.
No,
all right.
That's how you address professors. Is calling them sir.
That's a lot of school to get to that level. So mad respect, man.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. It's fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's
fuck
crazy.
Yeah. Justino, if you're a fucking history.
Wait, I gotta
history.
address something. Will, the reason my camera's crispy is because I just got the iPhone XS.
Fuck you in your face with my finger.
That's adorable.
So did Stan, and I'm a little bit upset. He got the X Max, and I'm
jelly.
Shut your mouth.
You know what though?
I'm just gonna hold off for a better phone.
That's
not an Android, that's for sure.
Yo,
yeah, that's for damn sure.
Waiting.
Hydrogen
wait
one.
till they come out with the next model. The only thing I am gonna get is the new watch. That's dope.
The new watch looks so fucking sick.
I'm getting that soon.
Yes,
it's supposed to be here Monday.
Nice.
You know that's why Futurama is one of my favorite shows.
I couldn't afford both the phone and the watch.
Why? Because it's a knockoff of The Simpsons?
No, because of the one episode where they talk about the iPhone. And it's like literally iPhone. They put it into their eye, and the whole point was like getting millions of people as followers. And then as soon as they get to that point, they're like, the new iPhone 2. All of them go down there to buy it.
I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life than when I was with him and with Black China and Ray.
Only one with an iPhone.
And I was the only one with a fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
And I was real depressed because I was under the assumption I knew the facts that smart people purchase iPhones. And then
that's correct.
You have rebels out there who want malware and who want fucking spamware and bloatware on
see
their,
what you have is
telephones.
I've had this for almost 2 years and I don't have any viruses. I don't have any malware.
Hey,
that you know.
I'm just saying, smart people take and look at it ideally. Don't get me wrong. I have a new upgrade supposedly coming pretty soon. And
thank you for that thing, supposedly. That's why we can be best friends.
Why the fuck would I say supposedly? It's supposedly.
With a D.
Yes.
Supposedly.
And it never said supposedly.
It's especially. Not X. There's no ek in especially.
Well, that's just irrelevant.
It's no, bro. I was just. Did you mean irregardless?
Irregardless. There
Irregardless. Oh god, I fucking hate that one.
Me too.
Fair enough.
It's not.
I'm just not even going to talk. Then I'm from Rhode Island.
Here we go.
Awesome weird thought that I had about this. Do you know what that stands for?
What?
Fair dinkum.
It's
Australian for fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
No, fucking hilarious.
Because you're assuming that the American word, the phrase is the phrase.
But it's still.
How do you know that fair enough is not? Fuck you, Josh. How about you take a puff?
Same difference.
I'll take a puff on something good.
It's also a fucking phrase I can't understand.
I'm outside. Well, you guys are all vaping in the house.
Oh, Amy, yeah, that's
Speaking of rebels.
Amy, why are you? Oh, that's right. So, how come you can't just vape 100% vaginal VG, vaginal glycol?
Well, I actually respect my mother. I live in her house, so.
No, right. I understand that. But I'm just saying, why, if she's allergic to PG, the penis glycol, vaginal.
Or is it VG? I don't know. It's one of the two, VG or PG. I can't remember.
PG is the one that people are usually allergic to.
It's weird. But it's only certain ones that she like. I have vaped in the house, and she's like, I can do it.
Lying to you.
It could be that too.
I don't like that smell. I'm allergic.
I get very angry because I feel like there's like people who are like, it's psychosomatic. Like they're like, I'm allergic to it, but really what it is that they don't understand it. It kind of like, it's new and it kind of bothers them a little bit. And then there's all these symptoms that emerge. It could be very true, but I'm skeptical also. And that annoys me. I usually don't say anything about it unless it's in my house. If it's in my house.
I wish a 290-pound black man would show up.
But if
shit, look at Black China's here.
Oh,
fucking A. Black China. That's my
What up, Robert?
That's my boy.
Don't worry. Nothing that was back there has been stolen. Ray! And everyone's just quiet.
Andrew, I have to say, I cannot wait to try your juice.
Yeah. Let me know.
I love anything pistachio. It's awesome.
Wait,
can I go ahead and say that?
Is your last name S?
Wave, yeah.
Amy.
Say it again.
Amy, is your last name S something?
Sloat, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it in front of people. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
You're on my suggested friends every day on Facebook.
It's just a government name out there like that. What's up with that?
Okay, it's just us.
It's just it's you. It's you, me, and the fence post. What was it? Is that how it goes, Iraq?
Yeah.
You mean?
And I've known Iraq for a long time too. So.
Have we seen Thesis naked? I'm gonna get naked. Not really. Don't flag the fucking.
No, just text your fiance and get permission, and she'll probably. That's what I do.
The finance.
I think she said
no. Let's be real clear. At parties, Mandy asks me to show it to her friends. So let's just be real clear. I'm not even a part of those decisions. Because when she tells them it's a disco ball, they're like, I want to see. She's like, baby, come over here real quick. Now show the disco ball.
Wait, disco ball?
It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Oh, Joshua, I love you with my whole heart, bro. Thank you so much for coming out. 100% means fucking world to me. P.S. We are only going to be live for a few more minutes. My Ninja Kitties. Where did Josh go? I don't like when. I don't trust anybody.
Wait, can I ask a question? I have a question. Did anybody hear the vape radio show that they had the other day then about the FDA? Did anybody listen to it?
I didn't listen to the vape radio one, no.
No, I haven't even been online yet.
They were discussing the whole video that was put out by the FDA recently, and they had a lot of people call in about it. And I mean, like I said, I worked in a few vape shops myself, and I guess the other thing is because like cigarettes are so accessible, like I was saying before on the show, because I called in too, is like how they are more accessible in convenience stores like cigarettes are. So, I mean, that's why I think they're definitely going after the pod systems, because they're so accessible to people. And like they're saying people don't card, which I've worked in other places too, where they, I've carded, but not everybody does that. And for the one person that doesn't do it, it messes it up for the whole industry.
Yeah, our shops got our 3 shops got every single one of them got entered by the FDA last year, and we passed all 3 times. So I'm proud of our employees. Super stoked about that.
Awesome.
I do have another quick question, because what about the sites online? Like I know that when I've gone to buy, going on sites to get juice, that there are certain ones that it comes down and asks to put your birth date in. To me, that's not really safe. And I've seen it on a lot of.
That's not compliant with
the FDA
regulations.
And I'm sorry that I'm saying live, and but I mean that's the one thing.
Can you just go ahead and put them on blast? What are the websites that do that? I'll give you an example. Vapor DNA. I had to send in my fucking license. I had to send in my license.
Yeah, blue chip. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I've been on. I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but there's a whole bunch of them that I've been on, and it's literally just put in your name.
Rhode Island.
Here's the problem.
Off the top.
Here's what I have a major problem with.
It's like a mixture of Boston and New York.
Yeah, don't you know?
Thesis, shut the fuck up. Listen to you,
Go park your car.
Go pack your car. Hey, you don't tell me to shut the fuck up, Andrew. This is my show. I'll show my dick if I want. First of all. Secondly,
down in the yard,
park the car.
I don't know, man. I kind of say my R's rather than the people that live up like half an hour from here. They don't even say their R's.
I've heard some Rhode Island and some Maine accents that I can't understand.
Rhode Island.
Well, people thought I was from New York when I was working in Long Island. And I was like, no, I'm not from here. I'm from Rhode Island. They're like, oh, part of Long Island? No.
I'm from an island,
see,
but
in
not.
Connecticut, we just drop all the T's. We don't have any T's in Connecticut.
Leave it to me to be the downer. I do want to address the online sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably in a very, I won't say hated, but there'd be a lot of people that won't necessarily like my comment. But my comment about online sales is I think personally, juice with anything containing nicotine should be banned from online sales. Here's why. Follow me on this. If we continue to allow e-juice with nicotine in it, that just opens the door for big tobacco to say, well, if they can sell their nicotine products online, so can we.
Mm-hmm.
And that, as she pointed out, with many of the websites not checking age, that's a problem.
So then where do we get the nicotine from?
No,
your local vape shop.
It's not that you get the nicotine from the local vape shop. Like, say if you're a DIYer, you can still get it from a wholesaler.
You're a DIYer.
DIYer.
You're wire, yeah.
I'm one of those for sure.
Hell yeah. No, the wholesalers, I would say you'd still be able to get from. It's just going to be obviously a more arduous process than just click, are you 21 or older?
Well, then why don't you just make the liquid in a more arduous process? Then you completely cut out the middleman. And why go through a whole extra step of cutting something out when you could just, because the regulation is there, but what are the punishments for not adhering to the regulations? Like if I was a vape shop,
your first punishment is a warning. Your second punishment is $1,000. Then it's 5,000. Then it's 10,000. Something like that. I forget.
Is that an Orion?
What's that?
Is that you vaping on the Orion?
Yeah.
Oh man, I
I
hate all of you who have it. I hate you so much.
Those people suck.
You're the oh my God. You guys. I want it so bad. I hate you.
Yo, it's
bro. If it wasn't,
I'm vaping on my mini.
That good. It's that good.
Hey, it works.
The mini kid's amazing.
I got it for
Did you
work,
go into eScribe yet with
perfect.
it?
I have a Mac. That's all I have is Mac.
You can
eScribe
for Mac now.
Since when?
That came out when I
6
got my
months ago.
XPV.
What the fuck? Where the fuck have I been?
Like a year?
But you gotta. So here's what you gotta do, Thesis. You gotta go in the eScribe and put do you have the 0.25 pods for it?
Yeah.
So you go into eScribe, you put your highest power level at 30 with a 9-watt boost, and you're getting 40 watts out of it.
I thought it was supposed to be 40 watts anyway.
No, no. The DNA Go. See, Phil got this wrong today, by the way, too. The DNA Go board will do 30 watts with a 10-watt preheat. So it will reach 40 watts, but only for a second. So it's actually a 30-watt chip with a 10-watt boost.
That's why on the package it says 30-watt max, but
the
40 watt in there, it counts.
The only thing the boost is for, honestly, is the replay feature. So if you go to vape that replay and you want the same as last time, it's been sitting for 30 minutes, it's going to have to go above that 30-watt range.
Oh, shit.
What's the pod life on those things like for you guys?
I'm going on over 2 weeks, and it's
me too.
No flavor loss.
This is pod 3 so far for me, and I have just been using the 0.5 coils. I just use it for work.
Sorry, do you have a gold one?
Do you have a carbon fiber blue one?
Do you have a gold one?
Do you have a carbon fiber black one?
Gold, dude,
Murdered out all
you guys
day.
have a gold one?
Look whose dick is bigger. Jeez.
Mine's shinier, that's for sure.
I feel like
like I
you guys
said,
are the kids.
well, this is my third coil with the 0.5s, and the first one I had was at least 2 weeks.
God, you're
at
just
least I know.
cheeky.
So wait, let me ask you,
Anyway.
Josh, are you using replay mode or no?
I have not 100% of the time, but I have used it.
I bet you'd get longer pod life out of those if you only do replay mode all the time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rock.
I just mean like that first pod that I had was, like I said, at minimum I got a full 14 days out of it. The second one, not so much, but a month and a half.
Bro, I'm on over 2 weeks.
If you use replay.
Oh yeah, because then it's using those same parameters.
It'll last you a month and a half easy.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
I haven't had any flavor loss.
Like I said, like I had 0 flavor loss up until the point where it was like, oh yeah, I can taste that that's gone. Up until that point, it was perfect.
It was like
I never had a problem.
And then boom.
Yeah. But that was just coil number 1 that I used.
Also, let me ask you guys that are using this right now. Nobody's mentioned this, including you, Thesis. This drip tip's on the wrong side of this fucking mod.
Oh my god.
You gotta use it back from it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah. I never considered that to be the wrong, because I just squeeze mine like a monkey. It's just.
Well, I mean, I normally use my middle finger to click it.
Every single mod on the market has the tank on the button side.
Okay, but
really annoying.
I don't push with my fingers. I push with this part of my thumb right here.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like I just squeeze it.
I can tell you the main.
That's what he does with a lot of things.
Yeah, I just do it so I can flex. Usually, it's like,
look how muscly I am.
Yeah, free tickets to the.
Even when no one's in the room.
Even when no one's, dude, you have no idea. Mandy's walked in on me a few times when I was just like in the mirror, just like, yeah.
My girlfriend Shaw saw me doing that the other day in the bathroom.
Dude, and I'm telling you, bro, and I think it turns them on. I think it turns chicks on, bro. I think they fucking love that.
I think it's particular to that person as well, because, I mean, if I'm upstairs and flexing in the mirror, yeah, maybe my girlfriend would be like, If my roommate just happened to be walking by, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
To be fair, I always feel like every chick around, you know, you want it, just don't like it. She's like, yeah, and even she's like, no. I'm like, well, yeah, to me, I'll look in the mirror then. I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's that orange juice?
I had a quick question. Anybody seen this Joytech Max tank? It's
Max.
It's got it's very. It has like
very prison-like. I like it.
Huh?
They came out with like they came out with a tank that had a heating element that was ceramic that like never needed to be replaced and that you just needed to clean it, but it was ceramic. Probably 3-4 months ago, and it was the whole
Revo. What was it called? The Joytech. I know what you're talking about. It had 2 little ceramic plates.
Yeah. Oh, 2 little ceramic plates.
Yeah.
So they just dropped this new one that I'm really fascinated by because I don't mess with the ceramic heating elements, but they dropped one called it's called the Max, and it's using a Kanthal heating element, right? It's a single heating element, but it's the same type of like the engineering and the design is the same where you just replace the cotton on it. And I was really fascinated by that because they're using that same model where it's not about where you have to constantly be buying coils for like a sub-ohm tank, but you don't have to worry about like the ceramic, like all the, you know, not really knowing what the is made of.
That original Joytech tank you're talking about wasn't ceramic. Those were actually tungsten plates.
Yeah, not only with tungsten, but there was also a couple of problems with them either cracking and or the particles from the actual material.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're coming off. Yeah.
Right. And so they're using a Kanthal heating element now. And that fascinated me because I was like, that kind of does kill their peripheral, like, you know, these companies make a lot of money when you have to buy the coils, right? Pre-made coils.
Yeah, well, that original tank was crazy expensive. It was like $80 for that stupid tank before.
Amy sounds like she's about to murder somebody.
Yeah.
She is.
think so.
Got really quiet in here
Yeah.
too. She's gonna murder someone.
I just want to pull Andrew's beard.
Oh, it's her mom. It's her mom. It's her mom.
I want to touch it. I want to touch it so
Thesis,
bad.
you gotta come to NV at Mohegan this year. It's in March. Get ready. Come on.
I'm supposed to be in
My volume was off.
I'm supposed to be in. Me and Mandy are going to Connecticut. When are we going, Amy?
Oh my God, you're gonna ask me right now. I don't know, March something. I think it's
Pop quiz.
So you're gonna
hold on.
So you're stopping by New York.
The 17th and 18th of March.
It was the weekend of St. Patrick's Day.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh,
That's
we
NV.
should. Oh, well, that's where. Yeah, we are going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's already set in stone. Me, Josh.
Are you
Tay,
coming like early or late or anything?
I'm coming horny and ready to go.
Well, no, I just mean like, are you gonna hang out for some time or no?
Bro, look at my face. Horny and ready to go. Those two things, I'm solid. You
should have seen him on the plane ride.
Fucking
to Vegas. And the process to the plane ride. And the process from the plane ride.
He's just jealous. I could hang a hat on my dick walking around. I was like,
You take the Cialis when you land, not before you take off.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you could hang a lot of stuff.
I want to give a shout out. I want to like chandeliers
with all the hooks
or fucking lightsabers. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, JustForHims.net/ThesisHimself, and also Busch Light and KTM dirt bikes. I want to give a huge shout out. Sponsors. And the Traveler Beer Company.
Wait, one question.
Traveler Shandy.
March 16th and 17th. It's at Mohegan this year.
I'm sorry, that's not a question. That was a statement.
Sorry, my bad.
Answer it like Jeopardy.
Yes.
What is
What is March 16th and 17th at
17th
Mohegan?
17th. That's what I heard. March
16th
17th
and 17th.
Okay.
16th and 17th.
All right, well, we're getting you here a couple days early. And we're gonna do some
Big Doc.
Big Doc.
Big Doc is here. Big Doc. Let me show him my Big Doc.
Side note, that's a great way of saying that, but
I'm just, hey, let me go and say something. Big Doc's a big motherfucker. He's a big boy. And he's a
badass, but he's a big
boy. I
don't believe in Sasquatch.
But I'll tell you what.
But
if he had a cousin, it's fucking Big Doc. Full Savage, yes, we're coming to Pennsylvania. I don't know if it can fit me, Josh, and Big Doc.
Wait. The Pennsylvania one.
Not that one.
Okay.
Not that one. That one's canceled.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you heard that or not yet, but
Bobby
Bobby told me that.
PCC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of health issues?
Yeah, something about health issues.
I don't know
which
what the fuck that meant.
My guess at this point would mean it was somebody important.
Fucking, we should go with some bitches, bro.
Thesis, can you unmute me from the group chat so I can see it? I can't see it. I haven't been able to see it.
You're not muted.
It says that you muted it. I don't know. I can't. Yeah. I'll see. I don't know what's going on. It might be on my end. I haven't been able to see the group chat. I've been trying to see it, but
That's because
don't worry about it.
You have to go to
go to like the actual YouTube channel. Just pause the video and then you can watch the live chat.
Yeah. Thesis.
Okay.
Where is D-Rock from? He's from Vegas, bro. Hanging
Big Doc, you're the runt of the family. I don't believe that.
Big Doc's
I don't believe
big
that.
Motherfucker. Let me tell you something. I'm a big boy. Josh is a big boy. Fucking Big Rob's a big boy. Doc should have played football.
And I'm a little bit taller than Christine.
Props to you.
How tall is Christy?
She's
apparently
like
just a little bit shorter.
5'2", 5'1".
That's cute.
And I'm a little bit taller than Christy.
Mandy's taller than me and Josh. My finance is taller than both of us. I like Mandy.
Like 5'2".
Mandy's 6'1". Without heels on. Yeah, dead serious. I like tall Norwegian bitches. They tend to have
she
nice
is
asses.
taller than me, so yeah. I always forget that.
Mandy's 6'1", and Josh is probably about
I'm 6.
Yeah, and I'm 5'10" and a half-ish, 5'11" with boots on. Fucking.
It's a 5'10".
Fuck you, fucking asshole.
Like I'm 19 and 3/4 years old.
You ever hear a 6-year-old be like, I'm 6.5?
Exactly.
That's how I am
mentality
with
there.
I'm 5'10" and a half, but with boots on, like I'm almost 6 foot basically.
My wife's about the same, about 6'2" with heels, but I'm 6'3", so it's She said that's why she married me. She wear heels.
My finance. I let her wear heels. She fucking
better than her saying you can wear heels.
Right, that's true. Although,
I mean, if that's what you want to do,
I will say
but
with his haircut, if he just threw on a fucking wig, he look cute as fuck, bro.
So that being said, he did say that you two have the same haircut, so you could throw on a wig. And
my hair is much longer than his, and it's not sideways.
First of all, like, just because they're making fun of your hair doesn't mean you need to make fun of mine. Like,
that's right. That's right.
I'm not making fun of it. Bro, how can I make fun of you? And I had the same haircut. I can't not. I can't.
It's the angle of the camera. It's the angle of the camera. It's not sideways. It's the angle of the camera.
Just tilt your head to the side.
He has a lazy eye. You have a lazy eye. I don't have crooked hair. You have a lazy eye.
Look at E-Rock. If E-Rock's eyes are not,
damn it, man.
that is your hair.
I wasn't even looking at the screen until he said that, and that's the face.
Look at his sideways. About the same, roughly, but mine's not sideways.
Well, you got to look towards me.
Mine's not. It's different. It's different.
Not quite as much of a lean.
Oh shit, Leaf!
But there is he does have it to the side.
Leafa says Thesis keeps his boots on for traction. Just saying. That's right. I'm way too fast. I've never taken my hat off on the channel aside from one time. Let's see. I'm gonna take my hat off. So we have to have $1 super chat for this that I will donate to my bank account.
What?
To what now?
Yeah, see, Mike's a big dude. I weigh more than he does, though. I also do more steroids than he does, so it equals out. I still want so bad to try steroids. I want to do steroids so fucking bad.
No.
See?
What do you want to do?
I want to fucking
Other people are like, no.
No.
This guy kept trying to get me to come in and do human growth hormone.
I've got some. I've just never.
And he's like, dude, we should get you lifting and some human growth on you and just be ripped. And I'm like, no.
Not even saying ripped, but I'm saying like get big as fuck.
Why?
Why not? It's just fun. I like it. Do you know what's like?
Do you know what I am right now?
Shit.
I'm good.
I wish I was like you, bro.
You just like to lift things up and pick them up.
I do. So I'll tell you where it started. This obsession started with this girl. What was her name? I don't remember her name. But this chick, fucking, that's like, but her car was, I don't remember what it was. Oh, summertime. She got stuck. It was mud. I had my truck, and then it was her in her front wheel drive, little ass fucking red thing. And me and another, it was a football player, Jay Smooth, we called him. Jared, I don't want to say his last name. Jared. He was a corn-fed white boy, like from midst of nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Like picture Big Doc with no gut. You know what I'm saying? And me and Jay Smooth picked the front of her car up and moved it. And granted, the car was literally a go-kart with a radio. That's basically what it was. It was like a
why would you say that? Now it doesn't seem as impressive.
Well, I'm just being honest. Like it wasn't that impressive. I didn't lift anywhere near like I did now.
Did it have Matchbox written on it?
No, it said Hot Wheels. It said Hot Wheels.
Look how strong I am.
Viper Swaggers, that's my boy. So
Thesis, man. I know you said it on your video, and I think
shit, Stacks Mountain. Holy fuck.
Who is Stacks Mountain?
He was signed to my label at one point. Holy shit, he's another rapper. Yeah, from years ago. Damn. Stacks, holy fuck, bro. It's amazing to see that you're in here. I got a new track dropping with Warren B. Hall down in Chicago right now. Fuck, man. Hit my ass up, Stacks. Holy shit. I got him shows. Fucking, we go way back, man. Stacks is a native dude from holy shit, Stacks. I haven't heard from you in
you need a towel?
A little bit. I'm about to come. It's been a while. Stacks is fucking, he was one of the few fucking artists that paid me in cash. I'll respect that to the day I die. That motherfucker came in and said, hey, let's record. Here's some cash. I'm like, oh, thank you, Stacks. I would have did it for free, but he fucking paid me. Thank you, Stacks. All right, I'll take my hat off.
Howard Stacks.
I was just gonna say
so me and Justino have the exact same haircut.
Just to point this out, he just brushed it over to the side too.
To make Justino not feel as bad.
It was the side that it was already leaning.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So And someone was like, bro, are you bald? I'm like, you can see my hair from, you know what a snapback pertains
through
to,
the
right?
snapback.
You think that my whole head is bald except for this front piece? Yeah. I feel like I'm like a unicorn now, so I'm gonna go and put this back on. I feel like it takes away from my personality.
I've never seen you with that hat off.
I know, no one has.
Now you have. Don't you feel so?
I know, so special.
Your life is complete now.
And she's like, all right, now I can delete my Patreon.
Who thanks, Thesis?
Mr. Just Right, that's my boy.
Yeah, Joe.
Wow, got quiet.
Yeah, I tell you.
E-Rock, were you saying something?
I got self-conscious with my hair, so I had to put a hat on.
Let me see. You gotta put it backwards, bro. You gotta put it backwards. It's gotta be a snapback.
No, you don't.
He does.
No. There you
Couldn't.
You can keep it forward.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have to say, Leafa made a good one. I just thought I'd let you know. I do belly steroids. They're called donuts.
I saw that too.
What?
Where is it?
I do belly steroids. They are called donuts.
That's my boy.
Right there.
Hey, Thesis, I was just gonna say, man, I'm sorry to hear about the truck.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
thank
that
you, bro.
sucks.
It was depressing.
I'd run that
as
bitch
fuck.
off the road.
And it was one of the few rants that I've ever had that I was dead serious in. I was editing it back. I was like, this isn't funny. This isn't even remotely funny. This is depressing.
He's just like, I'm really actually mad about this.
I'm really genuinely.
There is no humor rant in it.
It's
right. Like, fuck you.
It's fuck this dude. And here's the deal: is like, if it wasn't the amount of time it took for me to go through the process of taking out a fucking loan that I asked my dad to co-sign on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But fucking A, man, dude, I've been wanting this truck for a long time. And the moment I get the loan, and I'm like, all right, hey, I got the cash, all the money right here. Bam, let's do this. And he's like, sorry, sold it last night. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's pretty low.
You fucking said something. At least stick to those, or at the very least, be like, hey, just as a heads up, I'm selling it for cash tonight. I apologize. But I had to he led me on. It was like getting a fucking hand job. I'm going to give you a blowjob. I'm going to give you a blowjob. And then did neither. What the fuck?
Makes you feel better. Big Doc's allergic to donuts.
That doesn't make me feel good at all. That's depressing.
But they make him break out in fat.
All right. I'll accept that. Me too. I've got the same reaction.
Touche, sir. Touche.
We're pretty good in sync like that. Hey, let me give a shout out to That Juice Company. I'm not a fan of the name. It's just called That Juice Co. I don't like the name. I think it's stupid and it's.
I thought he was like not gonna drop the name with that company.
Exactly. It's called That Juice Co.
Yeah.
Right now, the only one that I like thus far is Cuban, and it's and then White Lightning. White Lightning actually goes pretty hard. I love alcohol flavored liquid and bourbon specifically, and whiskey. And I love anise. I'm like one of the only people on the planet who likes Jaeger. For me, Jaeger is so close to my heart. It reminds me of being. I shouldn't say those words.
Wisconsin.
No, it reminds me of.
Wasn't there a vape that recently just came out that you could put alcohol in from Simone?
Yes.
Didn't you do that?
I did it at ECC.
They should call it deep throat.
And
it was pretty phallic. I'll give you that.
Hey, let me tell you something. E-Rock's fruit cup. So listen. It
was.
It fucking
it
works.
Does.
It works.
You could easily vape that shit and get drunk.
I did, and it's the thing is that it goes away fairly quickly comparative to like drinking.
No, yeah, because I mean it's vaporized.
Yeah, it's not like going through your metabolism.
It's all
cool
right,
as fuck.
But
they should just call it the end of the industry.
I'm sorry. I think it's just kind of meh. But
I just had to say it because I just thought it was kind of crazy, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, why would somebody go in that far? You know what I mean?
It's different for sure. I'll give you that. But
yeah.
Mr. Just Right, I just sent you the invite.
Yeah, to me, I think it's a gimmick. You know, they're just trying.
It's not a gimmick. Listen, I heard one of the best arguments I've ever heard on my Instagram I wish I could give that person a shout out, which I could, but I'm super lazy. I don't want to go through my Instagram. One of the comments was, this could work out really well for people in areas where flavors have been banned.
Okay.
That's the best argument I've heard.
That's a great argument for it.
Now, if you remove that argument, the mod should be destroyed.
Yeah.
When you enter that argument into the, I'm getting goosebumps.
Without that one really argument, it is gimmicky.
It's not only is it gimmicky, I think it should probably be destroyed. I think it gives us a really bad fucking look. The fact that
not only that, honestly, I think about how bad profiling is already. Now they're going to stop you because they're not sure if you're vaping alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm just going for a drive. I'm vaping while I'm driving. Well, you are all over the road. I'm also vaping bourbon, but
I also got a high off of you rolled out the window.
I've had a DNA 250 box, and I've had, I got pulled over, and they were asking me what is in your vape? Like, that's the other thing that they're going after. Like, they don't, because of other things that go in vapes nowadays.
What's funny is that just recently, when I was I say recently, we've been
recently 2 years ago.
No, it would have been mid-August, like mid-August. So, like, what was mid-August? Like a month and a half-ish. So it's pretty recently.
No, wait, that wasn't me.
I got pulled over, and I had my mod, and usually I'll leave it right there so they can see it, so it's not, because otherwise, if you have it in your pocket, it looks like a pistol. It just does. Look at the outline.
It looks not good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Looks like a one.
But when I said something before he even asked, he's like, "Oh no, I'm not worried about that." And I was like, he's like, "It's a mod." I'm like, "Yeah." So apparently, at least here anyway, this is in Farmington.
Yeah.
They're very well versed in e-cigs and mods.
Yeah,
which is dope.
It is. I would definitely say it is kind of regional.
Yeah,
it depends on where you're at. Some people do know.
Minnesota's a huge vapor market. Which last night on the Vape Stew who the fuck was it? One of them was like, yeah, but that's Minnesota. It doesn't really count. Like, dude, Minnesota is one of the biggest fucking vape markets in the U.S. Not in the world, but in the U.S. It's huge here. So the fact that the cops at least know what the fuck it is.
Percentage wise, if you have 100 people in the whole state of Minnesota, then if 9 of them, that's 9%.
Exactly, we're good. No, that's 90%. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you around and talk to the professor Justino. Justino will correct me.
No, I said 100 people, and if there's 9 of them, that's 9%.
Oh,
I thought you said
the 90. Yeah.
Well, I went with some of the guys at work to one of the Twins games, and even there, like, I had my big XPV vapor mod with me, and even he was like, I've never seen a mod that big, but he instantly knew that it was a mod.
Yes.
That's just because they've seen them. They get it. They know.
And let me just go ahead and say, we have Murderapolis. Like, Northeast Minneapolis, you say that there's no one here. I dare you to walk around Northeast Minneapolis by yourself right now at this time. Fuck it, you can start at 7:30. You get real nervous real quick. Real quick, show Mr. Just Right. What's going on, Broham?
What's up, Joel?
How about it, folks? I mean, support the boy.
Tell everyone where they can find you and who's doing the duck call.
That's my
duck call's a lady. I'm sorry, I didn't know y'all could hear that. Secondly, you can find me right here on Thesis' channel. I'm hanging out with him. I'm here right
now. Give a shout out to your profile, RDA, bro.
The what?
Where can we fucking find your profile, RDA? That's all I'm asking. Where the fuck can we find it? Where is it in stock?
He's like, what the fuck is the profile?
Dude, right now, I'd be lying if I told you anywhere in particular that had it in stock, because I don't know of many places that do right now.
He's a liar. There's 3 of them behind him, and one of them is mine.
Well, yes, one of those is yours. Yes, and there's more than 3 of them, but yes, one of those is yours. I already told you. Send me. Now I got your email. Now is your address.
Super slick, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, I told him last night I'd send him one. I mean, it sucks he doesn't have one yet.
Also, last night, can I just say I understand where you're coming from real quick. Nas.
How's it going, Joel?
Pretty good. E-Rock, how you doing, man?
Another day in paradise, brother.
Most definitely.
I just wrote out.
What's going on, Joel?
Hanging out, styling and profiling.
Because I touched the V key.
Hi, Joel. I'm Amy. I've met before.
Oh,
hold on, real quick. Joel,
Amy.
Amy Justino. I mean Joel Justino. Justino's a professor of vaping.
Not at all.
And
That's
other
y'all.
historical stuff.
That's y'all. That's all y'all. If I had thought this morning that I was gonna be on a live chat with like two of my favorite YouTube people who do vape reviews and one of y'all designing and stuff, and then Thesis I've been following you for years. I can't even believe it. I accidentally clicked on something and ended up on here, and it's blowing my mind.
Oh shit! It's all your fault.
I feel I'm very happy, and my hair is sideways apparently.
Bro, can I just?
I like it.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, I ain't got no hair. My hair's gone. Hell, be happy with who you are and what you are. Shit, if you happy with your hair sideways, rock it.
You can't really say it's gone just because it's shaved. But
I just want to bottle up like half his energy, man.
Justino's got that energy. Stan, unmute yourself and introduce yourself to everybody. Stan, where's Stan? Stan?
My name is Stan. My name is Stan.
Introduce yourself, motherfucker.
I'm Stan.
That's Stan. That's fucking hashtag fucking Stan.
Steve.
So
Fucking
if you guys
Stan.
remember my old Periscope days before hitting vaping really hard, he is hashtag fucking Stan, because one day he had used my oil pan in my shop and he emptied the oil out into the oil pan. That's what you're supposed to do. He didn't put it back, and it was right beneath my vise, and I had dropped my brand new mod and deck and RDA off the fucking bench, which I have these beautiful rubber mats beneath my workbench in the shop, and it would have been fine. But Stan left 7 quarts of oil in the goddamn oil pan.
You know, I always wondered where that fucking Stan came from.
So,
that's where
It was completely on accident, okay?
So when I dropped that RDA, I could never, ever, 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 ever get the oil off of that RDA. Or
it doesn't sound like it's Stan's fault. I mean, yeah, he maybe left it there, but you should pay more attention to what's below you.
Let me break shit, bro. Let me look. If it's gonna drop and break, it's my fault. If it's gonna drop into a pan of oil, 7 quarts nonetheless. That's fucking Stan's fault. Fucking hashtag fucking Stan. No G. Fuckin.
No, I got a question for you. Go ahead. Had you been messing with mesh like for a while before you designed the profile, or like because it just seems like it works so well with both, but the mesh is like, it seems like is the most impressive. I'm still waiting to get my hands on it, but I've just been, from the reviews I've been watching, it seems like people have been really happy with the way it works with mesh.
That sprung ceramic block is a great idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I can say about it, I didn't really mess with mesh too much. It's just, you know, it had been attempted before, and I like to try different things. You know, I do reviews, even though I haven't been doing reviews much as of lately, but I did try the other RDAs that were out there, and I seen a problem, you know, an issue. And just the way I work, whenever I see a problem, man, everybody was turning away from it and like saying, you know what, just the hell with it, we're not going to attempt it. Well, that motivated me to say, okay, well, instead of avoiding the issue, I'm going to take it on head on, and I'm going to find a solution to the problem at hand. And in doing so, the profile is a result of that. And when we done that, it's just become what it is today. And I'm humbled. Every day I wake up and it's just like, did it really just do that last night? Did it really just do that again today? Me and Thesis had a conversation about it last night. You know, the impact this has made. There's no way that I had any idea or inclination that it would have been what it is today. And it's because of the people, it's because of the community that, you know, that are willing to trust me to go attempt and try mesh again when everybody else, you know, had a flame shoot down their throat. You know, even some that have are like, you know what, I'm going to try it one more time. So that means a lot.
A flame. I saw. Can I just go ahead and say you almost have to do that on purpose to get that effect?
If there's a void between the cotton and the mesh, primarily in the center, not on the outer, edges of the mesh, but in the center of the mesh.
That's what I'm saying. You almost have to do that on purpose to get that to happen.
Well, what would happen is cotton collapse. People's cotton would collapse after a week of use or a little bit of time. The cotton would collapse itself. It happens with regular coils as well.
Yeah.
The internal. So when the cotton would collapse, you're driving down the road, vaping along, it's great, everything's good to go, and then you hit it and you get a flame shoot out your 810.
It's worse in mesh because the mesh goes over like the middle of the addy, and in all of these addies, it goes over the middle. So as soon as you drip, you're collapsing that cotton in the middle because you're dripping directly onto the middle of the cotton. So it's always going to collapse. I mean, I can't tell you how many of those mesh RDAs I wicked up for people, and I mean, I would wick them super tight, and within a half a day, people would be like, "Oh, it's burnt." Like, no, it's not burnt. It just collapses.
That's all I can think about when he talks.
He's telling
his
something important.
Is like
fucking,
I think his beard should have a character name.
I'm gonna call you.
But to answer the question, I didn't think it would mesh too much. It was just an issue that I had seen and problem that was there. And everybody else turned away and walked away from it. That's when I felt like, hey, you know what? Let me see what I can do with it. And that's where I thrive at. You present me a problem, I try to present you a solution.
You killed it.
Hey, it worked.
You fucking killed it. Yeah. There's no how do you say it? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't understand why the fuck people, when you say shy away from problems, who the fuck is? I like a challenge. I don't understand why you would.
The companies honestly came, and Joel can attest to this. It's not necessarily they shied away, but after you see 2, 3, 4 of them launch and the sales are dismal because they weren't done correctly, other companies are way less likely to give even someone like Joel a chance to try again.
Yeah. If they don't see a profit margin in it compared to other ones of similar design.
Now that he's knocked it, you watch to see what happens this next year.
Oh yeah, because they still know that it's there. That people are willing to pay the money if it's fucking worth it.
The biggest thing I hope to get out of the profile and see that eventually comes to be is that the profile concept or application of mesh, where the mesh is under some kind of tension or load, or the cotton is anyway, is the profile to be kind of like one of those pedigree decks that just marks its time history. Yeah, like a velocity, like a goon, like a drop, like a dead rabbit style deck, where everybody else bites off the general concept and makes their attempt at it. I have no problem with that, but I would love to see the profile reach that status.
Well, because
it's not there yet, but it will be.
And even you could admit that. I mean, there's certain things that can always be improved on because it's personal preference, personal taste. So of course there's going to be companies that do that, and that's something I've never had a problem with either. Like if your invention comes from necessity, that's where the mother of invention is necessity, and then on top of that you have invention is also from innovating on something that already exists. Look, you have a telephone and then you have an iPhone. I'm sorry that it's not an Android. It's just not. But the smartphone is.
I like how he compared a telephone to
the iPhone.
Android. But I mean, if you have a computer and then you have a smartphone, Android.
Right, then you understand that the best computer is Mac. I'm just saying. But and this coming from someone who built PCs for years and till this day. So
you've built PCs, huh?
I built PCs for years. Yeah, you're right.
Continue.
No, I can't build a Mac because I can't alter it. But fuck you, Josh, in the face and the mouth. What were we getting at?
Well, like E-Rocket said, it wasn't the company. People were shying down from it, fearing from it. There wasn't no profit margin there. People didn't think it'd be possible to do, and it'd been attempted. And if you see multiple people fail at something, it's pretty good inclination, especially in the way the Chinese manufacturing works. If it's not profitable, we don't want nothing to do with it. They want a cookie cutter off each other instead of curling their own path.
What did it feel like getting the prototype? Because I know you got the prototype well in advance. What did it feel like getting that in your hands and be like, I made this. Not only did I make this, but it's amazing.
1 second. I'm going to show you something right here.
Joel, you better turn the fuck around, son. Show some respect in this house. I ain't standing.
Don't you turn your back on me on camera.
There's the first prototype. No logo. Just that's a conceptual prototype. It's a functioning prototype, but there's a lot of tweaking that had to be done. And then you come with the second prototype, where a little more refining has been done, and you probably can't see the logo, but there's a first logo done on there. Some other changes were implemented in this one. Man, it was a blessing. But being a consultant, you see a lot of products that get to this phase where they're even to the first,
rendition
of it that never make it to market. Dude, I got a whole damn drawer full of them over here that I can pull out, and they've never made it to market. Some people's names are attached to those, and they never made it to market. So even at this point, I was still leery, like, okay, this may not happen. It may not happen. I knew better than say, okay, this is gonna for sure deal gonna happen. It was an eye opener, So knowing how the industry works and China works, I didn't get my hopes up too high. It wasn't until I got sample packing that I knew it was like a for real deal and it was going to happen.
How many renditions did you end up having?
These are the only 2 that were ever had to be made.
Whew, so your fucking design killed it the first time around, basically.
Basically made it on 3 turns. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Everything that was done except for the ceramic deck, because initially that was going to be a peak, but I said no, it has to be ceramic, because if you run a single coil in there that's not mesh, you run the risk of melting that peak. I said it has to be ceramic. Everything else was just aesthetic.
Peak insulation has always been pretty volatile in general, and the fact that it's still being not only peak insulators, I get that's fine, but like in terms of deck wise, anything that's close to heat that's that hot, I don't understand why it's still being used. I'll be completely honest with you.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Right, but it's not. It's
jinx.
But it's not. So if I ran a company, why the fuck would I want to go with the cheapest option when you can have something that's better quality? Yes, the profit margin is a little bit smaller, but you have a better quality
because you are looking from the outside in.
This is why I'm a bad businessman.
You're looking from the outside in, not the inside out. I'm not blaming anyone who is on the inside out, saying let's go with a cheaper option.
I would rather come out with nothing. I would rather come out with nothing and fail and fucking live with it in the sewers than come out with an inferior fucking product. If my name is, I understand that I'm not taking that fucking seriously in the vape review game, but if I'm going to attach my name to something, you better goddamn well bet that it's going to be the best that I can do. End of sentence.
Agreed, but you're on the outside looking in. For work, I try to do the best that I can do, but what I can do as my best is going to cause some other things, some different material that we're going to need.
Let me just show you the best that I can do. Check these biceps.
Don't get me wrong. I prefer to have a quality product, but I can understand the reasoning.
Right.
That they went with something that's cheap.
That's why
that still works.
That's why I want to fucking do steroids.
Well, it's because of the cost. The cost is they're going to throw the money up and make something expensive or use the more expensive parts and something that hasn't been proven yet. They did market studies. China spends a fortune on market studies. And they're like, man, the numbers don't make sense. The numbers don't make sense. And I told them, forget the numbers. It's not going to make sense. It's different.
I'm just going to wait till I can get one and get a single coil in there. That's what I want to do.
I should vape more of a single coil in them. And I like this one, I'm dripping. I very rarely drip it. I always squonk it. But I'm dripping it now because people ask the question. So I went on Instagram Live earlier and showed them, look, you can swap out your pins without removing your build. And that in itself is a feat and a task to accomplish, because most of the time, whenever you want to swap out your pin, you typically have to remove your build because your post will shift or something else will happen. But there's a three-piece 510 within this. And it's a lot of things that a lot of reviewers have overlooked. And it's kind of interesting. Like, well, when you finish breaking it down and taking it apart, let me know. We'll go back over it again. Because there's little Easter eggs within it that I think one individual has found it on their own. Others I've told about it. Right. But there's little Easter eggs hidden within this, and that 3-piece 510 being one of them.
Well, Joel, I give you a lot of credit for that.
Oh, no kidding. Joe fucking snapped off. I'm done sucking his dick, though. Real quick, Nadia, listen. J Vapes killed it with horchata, but I think I might have given it away.
That's
J Vapes
only 4 that are open.
murked it, and they don't even like me anymore over at J Vapes. But the truth is, and look at my cowboy boots right there. Yeah, but I'm one of those guys that look. If I have respect for you, I have respect for you. If you don't like me and I don't like you, that doesn't mean I don't respect the fact that you murder something. So if J Vapes doesn't like me and I don't like J Vapes, all that aside, good God, J Vapes fucking murders it. And the horchata that they got is fucking phenomenal. And I've had a lot of horchata fucking.
Is it cinnamony or is it creamy? Like what sets it apart from the typical horchata lineup?
So most horchatas that I get are going to be heavy on the cream base, or they're going to be heavy on the cinnamon base, which is fine. Everyone, again, it's a real subjective thing with liquid. But
I find some horchatas have that nutmeg in it that really is.
When you drink a real horchata, the big thing to me is I want it to be light and I want it to be refreshing. So what they ended up by doing, and I can't confirm this with their mixologist, but what it tastes like to me is they put that it's not menthol. What is it called?
Culotta.
The culotta. They put this culotta in it that doesn't have any flavor. And it's the only horchata that I had where when I vape it, it tastes like an iced horchata. The only one. It's the only one that I've tasted that has that on the exhale has almost a cooling effect. No menthol, no taste, but it's almost that cooling effect, and it's fucking phenomenal.
So do you have any of that left?
No, I think I gave it away. It's the last bottle I had.
That's interesting because typically when I drink a horchata, because I love it, if they have it available at the local market, I always grab a cup of it or drink it. But it's not bitter, but that dry sweet is what I look for in a horchata.
Yes,
whenever
thank you.
It's like a dry sweetness.
Thank you.
And
it's a cinnamon that's cut off. It's not too sweet.
The cinnamon is the follow-up after the drink. Like after I take a drink of it, the cinnamon is a secondary part of it. The creaminess, the dry sweet, and then I'm like, what would be your exhale of your drink of such? Because you've already ingested it. The cinnamon comes to life, and that's a good flavor.
And the big one to me is with cinnamon, people tend to go overboard. Cinnamon is if you're going to use cinnamon as a flavor, because cinnamon atones flavor. Cinnamon brings flavor together. So like you guys have not you guys personally, but people watching, if you're not in a e-liquid, like understanding how flavors work on the palate, cinnamon tends to atone flavors. So especially on a cream base, you'll never taste the cinnamon. The cinnamon when you taste it, and I told you, hey, cinnamon's involved in this, you're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Cinnamon is one of the most atoning flavors. When you see a dark liquid, especially a cream base, there's no cinnamon flavor, but there's just enough in there that brings everything together. It's almost that spice that you can't put your finger on.
I'll tell you something. Have you ever had any like fizzy e-liquids?
Fizzy pops are excellent. Yeah. Depending.
Have you ever actually had fizzy pop before? There's one called fizzy pop. Anyway,
I have a fizzy pop, but it's from the UK. Okay,
no, never mind. But there's some of those companies out there that if you use cinnamon in the right percentage, that's your fizz, because it has that same sensation on your tongue of like
shit. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I haven't had a fizzy pop yet. I've been told. As a matter of fact, I was told about the ones in the UK. I should definitely give them a try. It's like a fizzy soda as well. I've never had that experience in a vape. Like I just personally never experienced it.
This sounds like a great opportunity.
You guys both need to email me.
I like the way you think.
I'll send you some good fizzy pop.
The reason I asked that about the J's horchata is I'm curious if it nailed that transition point or not. If it was able to execute the dry sweet to like the exhale being the cinnamon.
So I'm just gonna be answer honestly, no. So the biggest problem with that one specifically, it's delicious, it's on point, but when you have that exhale about 30 seconds later is when you notice the sweetener. and I'm not a fan of artificial sweeteners because you can taste it later. When you're vaping, it's amazing. Again, as soon as you put it back in your pocket, you go back to work, and that's when you can feel that when you drink Mountain Dew in the back of your throat, it's like, oh, you like Mountain Dew. I hate fucking sugary shit like that. So for me, when you drink Mountain Dew and you get that sugar coated the back of your mouth, that's kind of how it feels on your tongue with but it's
sucralose. They use
sucralose. It's the best tasting one I've ever had until you put it back in your pocket. So I guess to make that caveat.
That's why I don't put any sweetener in any of our in our line.
It ruins it. It ruins it. But then how do you get that flavor that they got? You know what I mean? So it's a double-edged sword, man. They killed it when you're vaping it.
I don't know if Jay-Z Liquid is watching, but what I challenge them to do is revisit that profile and change the profile to where, and this is something I've learned from experiences vaping, different profiles, especially those two flavor profiles in one juice that you're supposed to get one on the inhale and another one on the exhale.
Right.
It's the wattages in which those profiles and ambient flavors are extracted from the juice, that at a hotter level you would get more cinnamon as opposed to a lower wattage, so that whenever an individual takes off vaping, starts vaping, it starts at a lower wattage. Typically by the end of their inhale, it's at a higher wattage naturally because you've held the button for longer. So therefore you would have one flavor followed by another, and your mind would automatically think, well, man, that's two different flavor profiles right there within one hit. I wish I had time to sit as a mixologist. Yes, hell yes, that complex. If you want it to be, like, it gets so deep as your mind will let you take it.
So,
and how you approach it.
One of the most complex liquids I've ever tried. Again, I've been vaping since 2010, 2000, end of 2009, beginning of 2010. The most shut the fuck up,
2009.
Hey,
that's classy.
Hey, I just want to tell you something right now. I'm college educated. Pass me that glass.
Are
man.
you?
So
how many years before you left?
So listen. So you drink that orange juice. No. So listen. Don't tell me no.
You know how I prefer apple juice.
All right, this is true. You have a whole case of apple juice right
there. I know.
There.
That's why I'm over here.
I gotta run, everybody, but I just wanted to say thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.
Justino, let me just tell you two things. Before you leave, two things, Justino. Timberwolves, A. B. Twins, C. Vikings.
I'm a twin.
Woo! Okay, that's all I needed. I love you, bro. P.S. I love your hair. We have the same haircut.
Everybody.
I liked you before, but that's okay.
Mwah.
That's what it is.
Justino, respected, man. Do what you do.
Likewise as well. Yeah. Keep doing what you do. Very happy to be able to be on here. Blessed. Yo, Thesis. Your eyes crooked. My hair's not crooked. Just so you know.
Fuck.
Oh,
fuck,
motherfucker!
He came back with something that won. All right. Hey. I give respect where respect is given. That's why I'm gonna have to fuck him up. So real quick, Justino's been a part of the Patreon page, a part of the channel for so fucking long. That dude I didn't know he was a historian, much less a professor. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Makes that audio engineer degree kind of look like a joke.
Look like shit. It looks like shit. I'll be honest. Justino's, that's my boy. That's my baby Sherry. Hey, but I also had an emphasis on physics, so you have to. I have proof. But real quick, with the complexities, the most complex liquid I've ever tried is still fair dinkum. Bogan, in my humble opinion,
he did an excellent job with making those.
And what's the profile on fair dinkum again?
What's that?
What's the flavor profile on that again?
It's lychee, not lychee. I have to stop saying that. It's lychee,
currant, and something else.
And something else. And it's probably one of the most underrated. So I've got a few lychee. The Superb. Superb's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's a little bit sweeter than usual. Fair dinkum is
he beat it.
I don't know what he did or who he paid. But it's probably when he handed it to me, it's fair dinkum. I'm like, hello, mate. I'm like, so do your best Jason Statham accent, even though you're not British, but you have to do it in one word. And he's like, and I'm like, no, it's That's how you do it. That is a perfect Jason Statham sentence in one word. Hey, that's, you know what I mean, in Jason Statham language. Hey. But that complex sentence that I just said in Jason Statham language is what fair dinkum tastes like. It tastes like if Jason Statham were to be bottled. That's it. And granted, Jason Statham's not even Australian. He's British. I'm just saying, you put the two together and you got yourself a fucktard. It's beautiful.
All I'm gonna say is fair enough.
Fucking
most complex e-juice. You've been around in the game for a while. And I have as well. So
I know you have.
E-juice to die for. It was a horrible name, but they were some of the most complex flavors in 2013, 12, somewhere in that area. E-juice to die for. They had a little glass bottle with the little charms you could buy. It hung around the top. They had
fuck! I remember those. Yes, dude.
They were like all on the Spanish art of the Day de los
Muertos. The fucking skull, the sugar skull shit. Yes, bro. Okay. I remember those.
Their whole lineup was probably some of the most complex e-juices ever that has never been replicated. I don't even think that company's in business anymore. Because I mean, obviously the name E-Juice to die for is a bad name. But the juices within those were, I'd do anything to have them again. You know, I think they were really overlooked, and I wish that they would have hung around. Whoever their mixologist was definitely needs to come out of the woodworks.
Five Ponds gets a lot of shit, but Five Ponds is probably one of the most complex liquids. The whole line, not just Five Ponds kills it.
Five Ponds killed it in a mouth to lung.
Yes, they weren't a cloud juice. They straight up, but Five Ponds,
they were all 50/50.
Complexity. Yeah, I'm a 50/50 vapor though.
Yeah. The most complex I think I've ever had was, I don't know if you ever heard of him. Wolfgang is the name of the gentleman that makes it. It's called Dead Man's Hand.
Dead Man's Hand, yeah.
There's several numbers. It's just by numbers. But I'm telling you what, it's honestly some of the most complex and aged perfectly, in my opinion.
When you say aged perfectly, I have such a hard time with steeping. I'm just someone who, I also run off logic, and I know you get the same thing. For me, oxidization of anything, which is aging, it's just a fancy way of saying aging. But the oxidization of anything is rust. And I've never found, if a juice comes to me and it's fresh, meaning it was just made, I don't understand the whole idea of steeping and why specific liquids taste, because some strawberries will taste better,
but in the sense where you just got a brand new juice, it should taste perfect.
The way why would you send out a juice that's not perfect?
But it's based off of a general consensus. You're trying to make a general juice, not just one that's specific for how you like it.
Right.
Yeah, take spices, for instance. You can have someone make chili, 15 minutes, and you taste it and it's good. That same chili, after it's been in the fridge for 2 days,
tastes better.
Tastes better. It's steeping for e-juice anyway with the flavorings, just letting those flavorings sit and truly meld together. You don't just oxidize it. You got to shake it up as well to get all those flavors truly mixed.
Yeah,
right.
Don't forget, it depends on the VG-PG too, because the higher PG content, you don't have to steep as long because flavoring is 99% of the time PG based. So you have to let it sit inside that VG base for all the flavor to get through all the mixture.
Now, down to a molecular level, do you guys remember in science class when the science teacher, for example, would take a beaker? Would take a beaker and it'd be water, for example, and she would drip 2 drips of food coloring, and you would come back. It was on a Friday. You come back on Monday, and it was completely,
diffusion.
Yeah, diffuse. Is that the same thing that's happening with e-liquid plus oxidization?
No, not oxidizing, but it's happening with the flavor. The flavor has to diffuse through the PG.
It is oxidizing. If you see like my Vape Deuce Ice, depending
that's
on
the nicotine oxidizing. That's not the flavoring oxidizing.
Right, but you can taste the difference. That is flavor.
Yes.
You can taste the difference.
Yeah.
And my Vape Deuce Ice will taste sweeter after a 20, 30, 40 day period.
And again, the sweetener is PG based. So the sweetener is diffusing into the PG base of the base of the liquid.
Why can't you just heat that bitch up and stir it like a motherfucker? It's like making rocks.
You can force steep, but force steep doesn't always work perfectly.
Well, the force steeping, not only does it not always work properly, but believe it or not, it'll cut your shelf life by more than half.
Mm-hmm. And it can break down flavorings depending on how delicate the flavorings are.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened now?
The longest process I ever went through that was the biggest pain in the butt was when I extracted actual...
You can say ass on my channel, bro.
We were saying fuck not that long
Yeah,
ago, so.
yeah. I said puss tard some time ago.
So I can say ass?
Yeah. Pain in the ass.
He said ass. All right.
So you confused everyone with that V to P thing or P to V thing.
Yeah. Don't get too smart. Don't get too smart for this channel, damn it.
Really cool. Yeah. Okay. The hardest thing I ever did, I think, was when I actually took actual tobacco leaves and extracted. That was the longest process I ever went through, but it was some of the best tobacco flavors.
So check this out. E-Rock, you just brought up something. One of the people that are really dear to my heart, his name is Christopher Hempflag. I'm just going to say his real name. He is the reason my mom quit smoking. So I always give credit to the Nautilus. I always give credit to the Vapor Shark DNA 30. The number one credit goes to Stan. You're so fucking loud.
What up, Stan?
What up, Stan? If you go back to it, the best tobacco flavor. It's. Do you guys remember NET liquids? Naturally extracted tobacco. N period E period T period.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he was just talking about. So Chris with Raven's Cut, he lost his life savings and he went bankrupt not because of vaping, but because of Pence, like the fucking vice president in Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Yep, they outlawed essentially everything, and he lost his shop. He lost everything. But that dude, till this day, makes Raven's Cut tobacco e-liquid for my mom. And so, huge shout out to you, bro, Chris, dude. I can't thank you any more than I do, man. You fucking helped save my mom's life. But he makes naturally extracted tobacco e-liquid, NET e-liquid, and it's a process that I wouldn't wish on anybody. It's a fucking long, arduous process, and the amount of liquid you get out of the amount of work you put in is not much.
No,
but it tastes. If you're someone who's going from smoking cigarettes to vaping, there is nothing better because it tastes identical. And I'll be honest with you, when I taste it, I hate it because it tastes like an ashtray.
Is he by chance selling?
Yeah, he is, but it's real. It's real. You have to just ask him. It's Raven's Cut e-liquid. Just
I'll get with you offline.
Yeah. Because it's no longer a company, but he still makes it for everyone who used to order from him still gets their e-liquid. My mom is a good example.
He just doesn't have a company.
He's no longer. Yeah, he lost everything he had. So, but he's doing well now. That's great. And any chance I get to send him some money via PayPal, bro, here's $100. Thank you for doing this. Because he sends my mom the liquid for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, dude,
which is awesome.
Yeah, which is amazing. So a huge shout out to you, Chris Hempflag is his name. Fucking son of a bitch. That dude's amazing.
Stop coughing, Stan.
Stan, shut the fuck up. You fucking Stan. Here's real quick, Stan. Much appreciation. Thank you, bro. I love you more than life itself. We've known each other. You've seen my dick way too many times. We've known each other for years and years and years and years since 10th grade.
I've known you for almost 12. January will be 12 years.
I don't know why you know that.
What's
that
the date? What's the time?
Yeah, what time? When do we first?
I don't know the date and time, but it'll be 12 years sometime in January.
Yeah. Long time.
So, I mean, what do you do at that point when you're like, fuck, I've known him for 12 years?
Yeah, and I don't know.
You just got to stick it out to the end,
drink
right?
a lot of beer.
Oh, Stan's been there for the beer.
House alone and drink
Stan's been there for
week.
beer. Stan's been there for marijuana. Stan's been there for Ambien. Stan's been there for neo-Nazis. That's a real story.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, Stan's been there from neo-Nazis. So
Stan was there for waving squirt guns.
Stan was there for us breaking into a meat market.
That was a fun time.
I remember that story.
Yeah. So Stan's been there through a lot. Stan was there when I threw a $300 Zippo into a cornfield that I never got back.
And then you threw your phone into the cornfield to try and find your Zippo.
That's because I'm like, well, if I throw it the same way and it's still that was the T-Mobile Dash. I remember that was the T-Mobile Dash or the G1. No, it was a Dash.
It was a Dash because me and you were the first we were the first ones to have
the
it.
first ones to have that shit. Yeah, the fucking why?
Oh wait. Josh, here we go. It's like when someone gets a frisbee stuck in a tree, why would you throw it?
Yes. Yes.
Son of a
It's the same
bitch.
shit. So when you throw that, hold on. And I also rode home in my own truck, but in the bed. I was in and the worst part was I could see my house from where we were at, in a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, in cornfields and woods. And I was like, Stan's like, you can't drive. And I'm like, neither can none of you motherfuckers. But I will go ahead and sit in the back. And I did. It was great. It was fun. I didn't realize my truck was that loud. I'm pretty sure I have permanent hearing damage on my left side. Don't straight
We
pipe
need
that
to
shit.
take if you get a truck again, we need to take it out into the cornfield and stargaze like old days.
Fucking say if, you fucking asshole. Don't fucking say if.
X-nay on the ruck tray.
When you get your truck tomorrow, we're gonna go mudding.
There you go. If you have, I just broke a bunch of shit. Mr. Just Right.
I'm not gonna lie. You need to get hangers in front of you on this little shelf, and then you can just be like, click. There's mine. That would be really cool.
Mr. Just Right. Let me ask you a question. So I've been denied by 2 different companies now because I don't have CAD drawings.
The question is,
how did you get? Because I know you're not well
Here's a
versed in CAD
statement.
either.
It's not a question, but it's
Oh fuck! I yelled at Amy about the same thing.
you did.
What was your experience like not having CAD drawings?
so just basically taking multiple RDAs and showing them, I want like this style here or this piece here, or like literally pointing out just little bits and pieces, and after drawing it on paper for them. If it needs CAD drawings, there's people that can do that for you. You know, that's an option, but it's not necessary. General sketching is plenty to get a conceptual idea sold.
You're saying that I sent off
the point of having a CAD drawing of it is it's more you
they
can
just
transcribe
transfer
it from here to their
right to their fucking CNC.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
someone
I just
who
basically
has that ability who can work on that, by the way.
Who?
Doug.
Doug won't do it without money. I already asked him.
A lot of people won't do it without money, and they shouldn't.
It's not a free program. So,
I understand that, but if I'm going to pay someone to CAD out my RDA designs, it's going to be a vapor. In a sense, and I love Doug with my whole art. When he told me the prices for his shit, I was like, bro, I'm willing to pay it. It hurts my heart. You know what I mean? Because I would do whatever the fuck I can for Doug for free. You know what I mean? He's been one of my best friends since we were 14 years old. And but it was when he fucking quoted me the price, I was like, Jesus Christ. I do not like have that kind of money. But
at that point, start sketching.
I've got
as many sketches as you can.
in that right hand
If
drawer.
you have sketches, you can relay that information.
Not
to
only do I have
somebody who
sketches,
has the ability.
I have down to
You're
the
gonna have to
millimeter.
pay. You're gonna have to pay.
I'll pay. I'm not paying.
But it shouldn't be if
thousands.
it's a friend or a associate. You shouldn't have to pay them that much. Well, at the point that you come to paying, they're now an associate. They're no longer a friend.
That's $1,700 is a lot of fucking money for someone.
No, yeah, dude, no fucking way I would pay that. And the reason why I didn't go with the CAD is because they're not paying me for that. They are paying me for a conceptual idea. I can draw it out, explain it to them exactly how it should work. They go back and come back with a rough prototype.
Yeah.
Then you make the fine tunes. Well, this wasn't right. This needs to be changed. This needs to be changed. They come back with another one. Where you can scare off companies is too many changes or a drastic change after the first or second prototype is out. If you go like completely left field on them, they'll just say, fuck it, we ain't throwing no more money at that project. Because it's not free to make this. It took up time. It took somebody's labor to get it done.
Exactly, 100%, and that's something I can appreciate. Everyone has skills. Everyone's got skills in what they're doing, and I have no problem paying money for it. It's when You know what I'm saying? It's when someone.
Yes, I do know exactly what you're saying. And whenever you do get to the point that you get something sold and marketed and put out there, invest in yourself. Too often I see right now in this industry vapors that have their names on products that are not investing in themselves. You know, when they sell a product and they start reaping the profits from it, that's a perfect opportunity to start buying your way away from China. Nothing against China, but if you can buy your way out of that to where you can have a manufacturer make it for you locally, or you can control it, maybe it's like a white label manufacturing where they build it for you, but you designed it, you CAD it, you get all the specs down, all the measurements down, and how you want it done. Then you can control the packaging, the retail pricing, the marketing, everything behind it, and in return you get more profits to yourself.
100%. That's dope. That's
I wish more people would really start doing that, start investing back in themselves.
Real quick, I have to say, I'm so sorry I have to interrupt. It's 11:11. Everyone make a wish.
All right.
Okay.
I wish for it to be 11:12.
Let's
see if it comes true.
Shit, I don't think it's going to. Watch. Trump's going to fucking launch some shit. Korea's going to fuck us up. All right, my Ninja Kitties. I got to take a piss, which means Josh is taking over for a second.
Good. Find somebody with some skill. No.
I'm so glad he had his fucking headset on, too.
Blowjob skills. That's about it.
I mean,
but really, man, people have to
good at something. You just got to be good at it. Which one? Seriously? There's a bathroom right the fuck over there.
Bro, I need the beer bottle.
I talked to China one time, and we were working out a contract and everything for me to give them an idea, because I had an awesome idea when pods first came out, and we went back and forth on a contract for like 2 months, and then they completely dropped the ball, and then 3 months later my idea came to fruition, and it's like blown up ever since then, and it pisses me off so bad. Like I hate China. Dealing with China is like a joke.
The same shit happened. Can you translate? Oh,
here's
shit.
the truth.
I need another bottle. Another bottle.
Here's the truth, man. There's so many concepts that I had pitched to China over the years that they were like, no way that's going to work. There's no way that's going to happen. There's no, that'll never work. That'll never work. From one company, only to like 6 months later see another company do it, and it take off through the roof. Like, it's like, I told you if you'd have listened to me, but man, the best thing is just cover yourself with NDAs, which are not really worth the shit over in China anyway.
No,
but
they don't mean anything.
When you're in discussions for contract negotiations, be firm. Don't ask, demand.
Right.
Make them,
and that's what I did, and that was the issue. Was there was a lot of going back and forth on the contract before I even told them what my rough idea was, and that just ended up screwing me. But hey, it is what it is. You live and learn.
You do. Give them feeders. I've thrown out so many free ideas, little small ideas that they've used to say, okay, when I'm ready to make a move, now they've already eaten and got a taste of it. Now I want money, and now we want to do this. They're like, okay, well, how does he do this, and do we take the chance?
Yep.
Once they did, it's the rest is history.
That was just for you, E-Rock.
I need napkins.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
So hungry.
Thesis,
up,
right here, bro. You pissed on your chin a little bit, man.
Hey,
I need another beer. I need another bottle. Give me something.
Hold on. Can I just go ahead and give myself props? That's almost. That's like 30 ounces.
This guy has a bathroom 30 feet away.
Yeah, but I got 30 ounces.
He stands in the corner.
Because he's weird.
I'm me. If you can't,
I mean, that's true, but
that's gender profiling.
Stan's not wrong. So
hey, don't agree with him.
Stan, I had a question for you, man. You've known him a long time. How many times have you seen him get beat up, like truly beat up, like somebody just hand Thesis his ass?
That's
like, how many times have you seen that?
Never.
I've never
seriously
seen him get into a fight with anybody. He's too gentle of a person.
So he's non-confrontational.
That's sweet.
Stan,
no,
bro, I fucking knocked Stan out at the same party that I threw the lighter at. I knocked him out.
Okay, he is confrontational,
but most people don't say.
But then
shit.
it's like, God damn it, I hate you.
You got to remember that
But
night
you're killing.
we were
You're
all
fine.
drunk. I don't remember half the shit that went down.
Wait, no. No way a fight broke out when people were drunk?
It wasn't even a fight. It was the fact that he kept going with his neo-Nazi politics. I'm like, listen, you gotta stop, and he didn't. You know, that was it. He pushed, and I pushed back, and I ended up getting knocked out. I'm not saying I haven't. Listen, I've lost my fair share. I'll be the first one to admit it. My favorite one is when I got stabbed. That was at Humboldt High School. I was on the west side, and that's when I realized sharp shit hurts. So hurts bad.
Tell us some other stories.
Last time you messed with the teacher.
That's fucked up.
Stan, brother, I just want to let you know you missed a perfect opportunity to say, yeah, I knocked his ass out at this party one time. We were drunk, and he got in his neo-Nazi politics.
He doesn't even remember.
Flipped the script on him.
Because I know Joe boxes, so do I. But difference is now I'm taking jiu-jitsu at the same time, so that makes me mixed martial. I'm like a mulatto martial artist.
I feel like your version of like picking martial arts is like, hey, I happen to see some people doing martial arts in LA Fitness when I drove by.
Latin Steven Seagal. That's all it is.
All you have to do is you chop him, or you can kick him in the face like this.
He sounds just like Tom Segura. Thank you. Like this.
I thought I was gonna learn how to take down somebody, and then my teacher is Steven Seagal.
Good God, Tom Segura is one of the greatest, dude. He's so fat though. He's so much fatter than Bert.
Martial arts. What did you say?
Who?
Martial arts Michelado or something? Would you say?
Oh, I said mulatto martial arts.
Mulatto martial arts.
So it's like, I know how to do yoga. How did you go to India? No, I learned from like the strip mall.
Some blonde chick.
It's authentic.
I seen that meme posted up yesterday.
It's about as authentic as Taco Bell is to tacos. You feel me?
The Home Depot manager asking, who's breaking all this lumber? He says, somebody very strong as he's tightening his green belt.
Hold on real quick. Can I just, I gotta tell, am I asking if I can tell something about my own fucking, listen, so my son, I've told this story before, but the other day they were talking about dad jokes. This is as dad joke as it gets, but it's about moms. It's hilarious. So we were doing the dozens in the cars. Me, my 5-year-old Rocky, and my oldest, Lil Nas, at 7, and my 7-year-old's a genius, but to the point where it kind of worries me. You know what I mean? And we're sitting there. I'm like, "Your mama's so fat." Blah 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 blah. And then my youngest is saying silly shit because he's like me. He's like, "Your mama's so fat, Dad, I can beat you up," stuff like that. But it gets quiet for the longest time in the fucking car for about 2-3 miles. This is from Farmington to here. It's not a long drive, but if it's quiet, you'll know it's quiet. And Lil Nas goes, "Your mama's so fat, she can't even run a business." And I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God."
That's awesome.
Because he understood the double entendre with run a business and run a marathon. You can't do either. That shit is fucking amazing, if I do say so myself.
Stan, what are you doing?
Stan, you good, bro?
Did y'all tell him if he sticks his finger in that socket, it will shock the shit out of him, right?
Stan, you know that
I'm having potato, Stan.
100-watt light bulb is not the same as a 100-watt minikin or DNA.
You didn't ask somebody to hold your beer before you did that, did you?
Yeah, hold my beer. Watch this.
How many low volt techs does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Full Savage, much love to you, Broham.
So my 7-year-old or now 8-year-old.
Lefty tighty, righty loosey. Was that how you put it in?
Yeah, I believe it applies there. My 8-year-old now, or 7-year-old now, 8-year-old, and my 14-year-old were riding in the vehicle. My 14-year-old just come to live with me recently, and we're at Sonic one day, and they're having an argument in the back seat. And my 8-year-old tells my 14-year-old son, "So we can settle this in the parking lot right now." Woo! All right. That has now become his favorite saying. I mean, I can be chewing his ass out, and he's like, "We can settle this in the parking lot, Dad." I'm like, "Is that a challenge, man? Like, seriously?"
You're grounded. So you want to settle this in the parking lot? No, because they'll take you away from me. Child Protective Services.
I'm gonna go ahead and name drop my homeboy Warren B. Hall. That motherfucker, amazing comedian. One of my favorite bits of his is a real bit. This really happened to him in real life. Is his adopted son told him, and Warren's a big dude. He's a big old. He's this fucking. Yeah, he's a big old dude. So, when Warren asked how he know that his son was still confident it was gonna beat him, he's like, "Because I can hit you with a soft." And he meant his balls. And I'm like, that's a motherfucker who thinks. And that's a motherfucker who thinks. That's those kind of kids you get scared of around 14 years old. You stop talking shit to them. Once you're the same size, and all shit's out the window.
What are you doing? I'm going to my room. All right.
To get what? Just go to your room. That's fine.
To tell you my 8-year-old's mindset, he's playing his Fortnite right now, but for his birthday, he wanted a speed bag, like a punching bag. I was like, holy shit.
Lil Nas want to take jiu-jitsu. He's like, Dad, I'll do it if you do it. I'm like, all right, I'm down. If you want to see Dad get choked out.
I'm about to say, you just want to see him get beat up is all it was.
It's going to be him too.
I
want to learn how to do that.
Already rolling. I'm like, all right, Dad's going to show you how to do it. I'm Sam.
So I'm curious, if he were watching you, who would he be rooting for? You or the guy you're fighting against?
For my son?
Yeah.
My son. Fuck me. My son would be like, hey, Daddy needs to get beat up. I want to see Dad unconscious.
Do you have any idea how much shit he talks?
Right. He made me join. He made me join this bullshit. I made him come with.
He's in the parking lot telling all those guys, my dad, he can kick all y'all's asses at the same time.
my dad's teacher is real fucking tough. What about your dad? Well, my dad's teacher, real fucking tough. No, so the last fight, full blown fight that I can say that I was in was at a Denny's. It's been a while. It was at a Denny's. So do you know?
It's called a Grand Slam.
So you know
where's the rest of the Grand Slam?
So the doors that you walk in, when you walk in the doors of Denny's and you're still not in Denny's, there's another set of pull doors, and in between is the paper, like the free coffee house papers. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I don't know where you guys got them, but Minnesota we got these free papers for coffee places.
They're garbage. The papers are garbage.
There's like the Onion, but it's hilarious. It's fuck you. They're not garbage. They're super entertaining.
Anyway,
they're entertaining as fuck. So in between that is I got looked at wrong, and all I said was woo woo woo, and dude said woo 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 back, and that was the last fight I got, and that was an Apple Valley, the Denny's off of 42, and I won. I'll tell you right now though that it was real. I was real nervous. Because I won because I had another dude with me. And the couple dudes that he had with were real big motherfuckers. And you know when you have skill, but when someone's got 200 pounds on you, you're just like,
doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, there's not enough skill.
Can I ask what was the big deal about woo woo woo?
Oh, it was at that time, I was. If you think
I gotta ask real quick before you get into it, was there a Sue in front of all those woo woo woos, or was it just the woo woo woos?
It was just it was not. There was no Sue whoop. It was just woo woos.
Okay. And just for clarification purposes.
Yeah, this is white boys in Apple Valley, Minnesota. Just listen to the words I said. Apple Valley,
you can't
Minnesota.
really get much of more like a white suburb than Apple Valley.
Yeah, Apple Valley is like
Malibu's most wanted. I know
it's like
kind of
like Malibu's most wanted might be tougher, but the difference is Minnesota is really well known for all of the high schools. They all funnel upwards to the Minnesota State wrestling. So one of the worst fights I've ever been in that I got real fucked up in is I just so happened to pick up the state champ wrestler, and I had no idea. You're
not that tough.
He kept saying some shit. No. So I didn't know in wrestling you're not allowed to punch, right? So when you elbow somebody in the face,
watching way too much like
they get
WWE.
real upset. Well, they get real upset, and when you can no longer move and your body's in contortions that you can't understand how your joints are capable of moving that way, is when you're like, I quit. And I did, and I very much so lost in that one. I'll just say I have respect for wrestlers now.
So I do have to say and ask real quick: was it the Denny's that's by Galaxy?
By Canes.
Oh yeah,
by Canes.
Actually, that's the one that James worked at.
Really?
Yeah, when she was in high school.
That's how, and we're same age, her and I.
Yeah,
and
29 now.
a little bit different, but yeah, a year or two. But yeah, fucking
Anyway,
A.
continue.
So yeah, no, and we won that. Me and my boy Josh, not this Josh, other Josh, not as good as this Josh.
Aww.
I'm just saying.
Josh is lame.
Well, the difference is one doesn't do meth. Okay.
That's
the other
me.
one, yeah, that one, this one, he doesn't do meth. Thank you for
I
not doing
have
meth.
all my teeth. So
That may be why you won that fight. It's because Josh was on meth.
Well, it wasn't.
Josh, you just got stabbed by that guy. No, I didn't.
The whole
Yeah, I'm good.
No, man, I'm good. Like, you should see the back of my neck in the morning.
Let's catch up. Don't worry about this.
The whole thing was me versus that one dude was fine. It was the other two dudes that he was with that real make me nervous. You ever see those corn-fed white dudes look like they come out of like Brownsville, Texas, 7'6"? They look like slaves had been interfucking when they make slaves fuck bigger slaves.
You mean it was more like they had a male and female like prize winning Guinness World Record bulls,
state
and
fair
both of them
pigs.
fucked, and then a human popped out.
Yes,
No,
a human
it's more like they pretty much just got back from plowing the field by hand.
by hand.
100-acre field.
And
by
I'm also not one that backs down. Like, I don't give if you're 9'12" and I know for a fact I'm gonna lose a fight. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm gonna in my head. I'm still gonna win because it's a funny story. You know what I
Can I
mean?
give you some advice real quick? I
Sure
have the
thing.
same mentality, but what I do is I just let him know, look, man, I really don't want no problems, dude. Go ahead, have a wonderful evening. Sorry if I offended you. And the minute he turns around to walk away, I'm cold cocking that son of a bitch right in the back of the head. We're going to town.
And I don't.
Like,
I
we're
don't
going to
have
make
that.
it rumble after that.
I don't. I'm like,
No, I tell you.
excuse me, sir. You offended me. Can we go ahead and fight? Fair.
Well, I mean, you could go to like Redwood.
Hold on. Can I just say that's
where-
the most Texas thing I've ever heard?
What?
What he just said is literally Texas in a fucking music box. And what I just said is as Minnesotan, as polite as you can get. Like, hey, I don't like you. You don't like me. Can we go ahead and just fix
Yeah.
this outside?
It's like, hey, I'm
And then
very
when we're done, we
passive,
can.
Look.
so-
Right. I hate
But
you.
no, I mean,
You're gonna like
we-
this.
I grew up very similar to that, Joel, in the sense where like you stopped right before you cold cocked the person. Because we had Redwood was right next to like the Lower Sioux res, and that was the logic where like anytime that there was a fight, it normally was the
Native
natives
against
from
white,
there.
Yeah.
And it was like my dad told me that too. He's like, when I was in school, I fought one of them. Don't ever do that. He's like, if you want to fight the whole tribe, go ahead,
was gonna
but
say,
don't do it if you're
those-
smart.
Those especially the Sioux down there, some big motherfuckers. Some big scary
No,
motherfuckers.
the true story. You're gonna like this. I was in the Navy. Let's just say I walked into a bar that apparently had more Army than Navy.
Whoa!
One guy started a fight with me, and he was about, I would say, every bit of 2.5 feet taller than me. So it was real simple. When he actually started getting all cocky, all up in my face, and he says, it's time to fight, I hit my knees and cried like a baby. When he started laughing, that's when I took out both his kneecaps and his nuts.
Oh shit! So none of that is. I'm not used to that. Like I'm used to like full blown fair fight. Like if you want to fight, we can gather around our circle and let's. I've never done that, and I'm proud of that.
Here's lesson 101.
I don't care.
But
like,
to
if I'm
an
gonna
extent,
lose, I'm gonna
Thesis,
lose.
My
Look,
dad,
my friend Thesis, I have to tell you this. All's fair in love and war.
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That was my dad's same thought. Where anyone who would pick on him or fuck with him, they wanted to like
My dad's
play,
also
even
scary ass bodybuilder. Like this, so my old man's not afraid. He's like, you don't ever fucking hit somebody when their back is turned. And I was like, all right,
You're true.
Well,
True.
to
But I mean, my
justify
dad.
that,
Well, my dad used to lift like truck or
your dad's a farmer, so he's strong.
He
as
used to
fuck,
lift
too, yeah.
tractor engines out of the fucking
He
tractor
still
by
does.
hand.
You talk
Not
about that.
anymore, but
He still helps
still.
motherfuckers with
Yeah, he
tractors.
does. But I mean, his logic was like that. All's fair in love and war. If you're gonna fight, the point is to win. So I mean, there are some
I'm not
honorable
like that.
ways,
I'm
but
not.
you know what?
I'm not.
He'd
you know,
go.
I do
Dad would go right
like
for the nuts.
being
Oh,
honorable.
you gave up. I won.
So when they turn around to walk away, just say, "Hey, one more thing." And when they turn around to look at you, that's when you hit them. They said their back wasn't turned; he was looking at me. You know,
Can I just go and say, this is why I'm a bad business person though. Like I'm so naive, especially being from where we're from. Like I'm so passive and naive. Like I just assume people are going to be the
You
same
assume
way.
people are going to be good.
Good. Like why wouldn't, like, if I get hurt, I get really, my feelings get hurt. Like,
I get it.
When I sent out both of those designs to China, I'll just say it, when I sent it out to Kaees, Kaees, and another company, and they're like, just give us your design and we'll tell you whether or not we're going to take you aboard. And I sent all the design and they didn't take me aboard, but yet the fucking RDA comes out anyway. And another one was, I don't want to even say the name. It rhymes with,
just say
it rhymes with 8 Vapor. When I gave ideas to different companies, and all of a sudden they're like, no, we're not interested, and then they come out with the exact same idea. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm.
Well, see, what you do there is you find out the next convention that they have a really nice big booth rented at, and you wait till you see them unloading their van, and then you go approach them and let them know what the business is real quick. Like
at ECC, they were there, and they completely ignored me. I walked up and I was like, how's it going? Where's I won't say his name, it rhymes with Mark. I'm like, hey, where's Mark at? And they're like, oh, he's not here. I'm like, oh, cool, tell him Thesis dropped by. And long story short, his other boy rhymes with Steven. And I was like, let's talk some shit. And you were there. You, Rob, Ray, all there. Fucking goddamn it. What pisses me off is that E-Rock was there and I didn't even see E-Rock. Eric, where the fuck were you fucking faggot? Dude, where the fuck? It hurts my feelings on a personal level.
You actually ran into me.
What? But why didn't you say anything?
I like how he always, like, he's just blaming you.
Right.
Like, you know who I am, and I know who you are, but it's your responsibility.
But I'm also thinking, I have the memory of a mouse.
It's obvious he was paying attention to begin with because you ran into me.
No, you've seen the ECC video. He was paying to other things. They're round, they're lower,
lots of
just
booty.
a little bit above the knee.
So much ass. And plus I got offered. And hey, hold on.
So many. So
Josh
much
knows,
of that video was all ass.
Mandy, I want Mandy to see this part. I did not take up any fucking offer, and I was offered by sponsors this hat. I was offered by sponsors of my channel, and let me tell you what, it was real difficult to say no. He was there, and I didn't say no, but I didn't say yes either. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, man, look, you just tried to clarify. You said, I want her to see this. I want her to see this.
There were offers.
Yeah, and it was hard to say no. The correct answer there was, it was no question in my mind. No was there. That was the only option.
That might be your relationship. My relationship.
So
my relationship's different.
Get rid of that Adore
hard
hat.
to say no. Fuck. Adore you, liquid. Hashtag Don. Don's booty is way better in real life. Ask DJ LSB. He knows.
Oh, fuck.
P.S. Let me send him a map.
Well, guys.
No, Amy, you're not going anywhere except for up in terms of success. That was the Minnesota. That was the Minnesota coming out.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to leave.
I know. I've been so quiet listening to guy talk.
This is not guy talk.
Pathetic, isn't it? I mean, it's entertaining.
It is.
JFM development. What's your email? More than welcome.
What's email?
P.S. If you are not liking this live stream, then you're hating babies in Africa. So you have to like the live stream.
Already
like button. Thank you, Amy.
You're already hating babies in Africa? That's not cool.
No, I'm talking about JFM and Biblioteca. Or no, wait. Baby Blue Eyes. Baby Blue Eyes twice.
Baby Blue Eyes.
P.S. Fuck that bitch,
One
bad baby. Catch me outside. How about that? But how about
why? Why would you even bring that up?
Because
society has moved the fuck on from that.
No, they haven't. Bad Baby's like relevant as fuck, bro. Where are you in hip hop?
I'm sorry. Are you from the past?
I was born there.
Thank you. Baby Blue Eyes.
Manic Records.
All right, maybe I won't leave. I'll just get
You need to stay here,
gotcha.
Amy. Okay.
No, but hey, time out. On a serious note, though, I really do have to go. So
no, you don't. No, you don't.
No,
Listen.
they're not allowed to leave. Wasn't that the
E-Rock,
argument?
what's your wife's name?
Erica.
Oh my God! You just got called Ambitions Vapor again. Oh my God!
Who said it?
Ah! Juan Castillo says that Ambitions Vapor next to you.
Juan, goddammit, no.
But he looks like him, doesn't he? You do. In a good way. He's not a bad looking
I don't feel like you're saying it in a good way.
Natane's a good looking girl. She's with you.
Yeah.
See, there you go. You're fine.
She has nothing to do
Hold on.
with
I just want to make clear. I'm not
way.
calling him fine. I'm
E-Rock,
just saying.
good to see you, sir.
E-Rock,
Nice meeting you, man.
I love you, bro. You've
Hey,
seen my
pleasure.
penis. We're good.
I'll be checking out that e-liquid, man.
Yeah. Let me know.
We'll do.
Oh, wait. You haven't checked out Lioness?
No, I haven't.
Just
Bro,
email me.
Let me give you a hint. Courage is probably one of the best pistachios aside from Black Unicorn's pistachios. Let me tell you, if I could bathe in the e-liquid, it's gonna go ahead and be Courage. And if I could wash my hair, it's gonna be Black Unicorn pistachio. They pay me so much.
You know that commercial with the big elephant where he is advertising for pistachios? Like every time that commercial comes on, he's just like pistachios.
Bro, and I'm not a pistachio lover. Courage was the first pistachio, and it just so happened that Black Unicorn killed it with theirs too. You tasted it.
What's the profile?
A sex.
It's a pistachio cheesecake with a raspberry drizzle.
If you've never had your face, like my sexual preference is like I want my face to be set on my big booty Judy. That is pistachio. That is Courage. Courage is if you when you see a Brazilian ass that's so big you almost doubt yourself, and it takes courage to get sat on by it. That is what Courage is.
And then you find out it's a guy. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be more along the lines like Five Ponds or Savage e-liquid. That's what I'm talking about, right?
Oh
So,
God.
That's like I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. So like if you find out this guy that's like J Vapes horchata, that's a good example. It's phenomenal when you're in it. All of a sudden you come and you realize there's sweeter involved. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, you start to. All right, love you, bro.
He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Later, so nigga, I'm out. My name, I ain't in it.
Can I just real quick again, Joel? I know I've showed you out for the same exact thing, but I'm being completely honest. Joel helped me write my NDA. I've never given Brian a shout out. He no longer works for Vapor Shark. And Vapor Shark was never a fan of me, but Brian at Vapor Shark was. So I just want to give a huge. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I told him I would never do it. Huge shout out to Vapor Shark. I
know you liked him, but I don't see why.
There's a story. There's a story.
Giving a shout out to them.
There's a story. There's a story behind it.
I'm sure there is.
There is. The story behind it. The reason why I'm bringing it up now.
Ooh, that's what you should name this channel.
What?
Story times.
Oh my god! I have so many
Every
stories.
episode's like, let's talk about something. By the way, I got a story about that.
I've got so many stories, bro. I swear to God, bro. I've lived like 37 lifetimes.
Story time.
Via Stan. I want Stan to tell my stories.
And you got to walk into the room like Mr. Rogers.
Yes, if you fucking show up like Mandy, I will murder you. If you fucking scare me. So, if it wasn't for Vapor Shark and Mr. Just Right, my non-disclosure agreement would be like, "Hey, please don't say stuff to anybody." So, without Mr. Just Right and Vapor Shark sent me a 4-page non-disclosure. I was like, "Hey, I should probably make mine similar to that." And then
this is my NDA.
And then Mr.
It's
Just
only
Right,
one sentence.
Mrs.
Says,
Just
please
Right,
don't rip me off.
right.
I'm a nice guy.
Like I'm really cool. Just please don't steal my stuff. Meanwhile, 2 Chinese companies take my shit. Like, hey, fuck you, asshole. Like, we're gonna come up with your shit. I'm like, hey, don't do that, please. And they're like, we did. What are you gonna do about it? I'm like, I guess nothing.
All right, Thesis, you may or may not like this analogy or whatever you want to call the fancy word for it. But the vape game is much like the dope game. You don't give anybody anything that you don't trust them with. You're not going to give somebody you don't trust a kilo of dope and tell them,
I trust this many people in the vape game. He is one of them. So this many people in the vape game.
It's the same concept, dude. You can't give something away that you don't get back. You know what I mean? Like
has done me nothing but me and Twisted go way back before vaping, and Twisted is one of the most nicest. He can give two fucks what you have to say, which I respect. DJ LSB, excuse me, is one of them. Daniel's one of the nicest people I ever met. Yeah, the other two I'll keep secret, but Twisted.
Thank you for keeping my name out of there.
Andrew, I trust the fuck out of you, but you're not a hardware guy. You're liquid. I when it comes to liquid, I am who the fuck did he call me on the comment section? The little dude, the midget from Game of Thrones. Tyrion. He's like, you're Tyrion of the vape world. You fucking prick. I've been around since before half the vape reviewers you've ever fucking seen. He's like, you're still Tyrion. Which hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
Don't you know how to work with trolls?
I do. I say thanks.
Here's an insult. I didn't like that. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Come on. You agree with him.
Do you see how much I pissed?
Move on with your life. Yeah, I do.
30 ounces. See how much vape game I am? 30 milliliters.
Bathroom 2 minutes.
You know how much of that could have been done in the pisser 30 feet away?
Josh, don't tell people things.
You literally walk to the sound booth and the bathroom's on the other side of that door.
Honestly, you should just do that.
Mr. Just Right looks so annoyed. Look at him. Look at his eye movement. Look at his eye movement.
You could just easily convert that studio into
a bathroom.
Quick pisser. Just put a urinal against the side.
Did you see?
You could still stare in the window.
Did you see Joel's eyes?
He was like, "Why the fuck are they talking?"
My eyes have never moved like that. He was upset for a second.
No, I was watching the wife. She was coming out of the laundry room and she had my t-shirts hanging up there, and I was like, "She's gonna slam the door, or she's gonna take them shirts and throw them motherfuckers at me like, hang up your own shit." But she didn't. She took them off nicely, closed the door, and hung them up. Really amazing.
How many times you actually hang up clothes or fold towels?
See, she learns already.
She sounds angry as fuck. That was a Texas.
Called you out instant.
That was a Texas anger I've never heard before. Do you tell your wife to come on? And I want to hear the truth behind Mrs. Joel.
She won't come on, man. She'll speak from afar, but she won't come on.
You tell her to speak from medium.
I'm afraid of what she might say. You guys have like this really nice image of me, dude. She's gonna fucking prick. He's an asshole.
Know him. You know him from being on YouTube. I know him every day.
She said she's gonna figure out how to get on here without me even knowing, like when I'm gone to work or some shit. Oh fuck, that's gonna be horrible.
You tell her I will personally fucking make the live stream start at 4 p.m. if that's the case.
Sign on to his account.
Anybody that co-signs that is not cool.
All right, my Ninja Kitties. Hold on, Mr. JK said this has got to be.
Oh yeah, that's that guy.
Let's go ahead and see what he says on the Limitless Sleeve Mech Mod. Mr. JK says. This has got to be one of the gayest things I've ever seen on YouTube. How did I ever end up here?
How did I even get here?
How did I even get here? So, and I said, laughing my ass off, you obviously haven't seen the Chippendales. That is how
if it's the gayest thing he's seen on YouTube, it's obviously his search history is what's led him to that.
Right, and that's what I say back to the haters. Andrew Albright. Oh my God, this dude is my favorite. Andrew, let me go ahead and say your boy Andrew Albright. I think he's right.
Wait, what?
Do you get it? Because he is Andrew Albright. Did you get it?
What happened? What are we talking about?
What you talking about? What was it? Listen, Linda.
What you talking about, Willis?
No, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda, listen.
Linda, listen.
Yeah, who the fuck said that? Amy? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. The little Mexican kid, he was fucking hilarious.
Well, I know that because my mom's name is Linda. I had to listen to that after for.
Oh my God! What did
That's
she
my
say?
mother's name as well. Was Linda.
It's not my mother's name. But that's what I call her. I'm like, listen, Linda. All right, we
That's
gotta.
weird.
It's almost
You're more than happy to say I'm so horny. I don't have some sex.
I am not going to help you with that, but
are you sure?
Yeah,
sucks.
I'm like guaranteed.
Maybe you should just
I've
have
already
them
seen
live.
too much of what comes out of your dick tonight.
Ah!
Well, it was nice talking with everybody. Joel, good luck on your endeavors. You're doing awesome, dude. Andrew, your juice is awesome. I have to
Do
try.
you hear her accent?
Amy, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Good talking to you again, Amy.
Amy, love you, mwah. Tell you mwah.
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 What do you say?
Stan, that's my boy. That's my baby Sherry. I mean Amy. That's my baby Amy.
I'm gonna check out too, man. I just want to stop by, show
That's
you
cool.
support.
Thank you, bro.
Good to see you
Thank
again.
so much.
So, every time I'm in chat, you don't have to send me an invite. If you want to, cool, but you don't have to, man. I just come
Always.
to support you, man, because you're a good dude. You're funny as fuck, dude. By the way, you had me rolling at the time.
Thank you, bro.
But yes,
Thank
most definitely. Always here to support.
He's
you,
one
man.
of them. He's one of them funny from afar kind of guys.
I can see that.
From Texas, funny.
If you're in
Don't
the
come back to
studio,
Texas, by the way. No.
fuck that asshole.
Y'all be good, guys. Be blessed.
Nice
Thank
meeting you,
y'all.
Joel.
Appreciate it, bro.
Pleasure meeting
Take
all
care,
you.
man.
I am
All
out.
Out deuces. All right, motherfuckers. We're about to do the sign off. Stan, Andrew, if you want to go ahead and you, I guess. If you guys,
Ouch.
if you want to tell everyone where you can see them, where you can see yourself, where you can mirror us.
All right, I'm Andrew, Vapor9 USA, Linus Elixirs. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Linus_Elixirs. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Andrew.
Mwah. Tell them mwah.
See,
Mwah.
you do the mwah.
Yeah.
I'm
Mwah.
just like,
Love you, bro.
peace.
Stan, where can everybody
Kisses.
find your motherfucking your big self?
My Instagram is StanmanVG, and my Snapchat is DeathKeeper26.
So fucking satanic. Deathkeeper 26. What the fuck? Okay, just go ahead and say
My name's Thesis himself, and it's at Snapchat at Thesis himself,
Snap-
and this at Thesis himself.
/ God bless. That's where I'm at.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Oh,
Love you, bro.
Mwah do you do, Stan?
That's my boy. All right. Where can they find you?
Instagram, Silent Deer Project.
That boy. And myself at youtube.com/VapingWithThesis and everything else at Thesis himself. Ready for this? Ready for this now?
Yeah.
Bitch, it's okay. Mother truck is now with. All that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate Vaping with Thesis. My batteries just fell out of my mind. Oh, fuck. My battery.
This is the worst sign off ever.
Battery is all out of the fucking Silent Deer project. Hold on a second. Wait. Whoops, that's backwards. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait. We have to wait for it to start up. God damn it, VapeTO. Okay. Bitches.
He's got like 3 other mods sitting next to him that he can sign off with. Anywho.
Okay, Mother Truckers. Now, with that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate you for Vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. I'm out.